I was face down in the water, getting pummeled by salt water like the ocean was trying to collect a debt. I'm clinging to what the system generously calls a raft, really just some sticks tied together with prayers. You could see the ocean through the gaps. 2 square meters of pure disappointment. Oh, and I'm holding a giant soft-shell turtle. Why? Because 5 minutes ago, I was a normal broke college student fishing by a river. I caught this absolute unit of a turtle, shell big as a wash basin, and I was already mentally seasoning it. Red braised? Soup? Nah, I wanted the fancy dish. I was mid-daydream when everything went black. Next thing I know, ocean. Everywhere. No land. Just blue in every direction, the kind of blue that makes your soul leave your body. Then a floating screen pops up like the world's worst pop-up ad. Global Ocean Survival System activated. Nearly 10 billion players. Die here, die for real. You have 3 days before sea monsters start eating you. Good luck, have fun, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Love that for me. I'm an orphan. Grew up in a welfare home. No family, no connections, barely graduated college. I can't even run 800 meters without wheezing. The system rated my body at 0.3, basically, couch potato who sometimes walks to the fridge. Thanks for the honesty, I guess. My starter pack? 1 liter of water and 200 grams of crackers. That's not a survival kit. That's an airline snack. My raft can't even move on its own. It just floats wherever the current takes it. I'm literally driftwood with anxiety. So I'm sitting there, nibbling my sad crackers, looking at this turtle who keeps peeking its head out like, bro, what's going on? When another system pops up. This one looks ancient and fancy, all dark gold borders and mysterious symbols. Beast taming system activated. Want to make a contract with this turtle? I looked at the turtle. The turtle looked at me. It opened its mouth like it was judging my life choices. You know what? Sure. What's the worst that could happen? I hit yes. The turtle started glowing. Like it swallowed a light bulb. Then it started growing. Shell got thicker, legs got beefy, claws got sharp. My little dinner turtle turned into a 1-meter armored war beast in about 5 seconds. The system now called it a giant tortoise. It could carry people, swim, and block attacks. I was thrilled for exactly half a second. Then the raft cracked in half. Because of course a 2-square-meter pile of sticks can't hold a 100-pound battle turtle. Water came rushing through the cracks, and I'm screaming every curse word I know while climbing onto the turtle's shell like my life depends on it, because it literally does. The system had been very clear. Lose your vehicle, and you either find someone to take you in or you die. I looked around. Nobody. Not a single player in sight. So let me get this straight. I just got Ice Guide, received a cheat-level power system, and I'm still about to die? In the tutorial? God really said, let me give him hope and then yank it away for laughs. But then, miracle of miracles, the survival system chimed in again. New vehicle detected, giant tortoise. Bind as vehicle? I have never pressed yes faster in my entire life. The moment I bound Xuanwu as my official vehicle, warmth flooded through my body like someone poured hot soup into my veins. My muscles were twitching, my bones were popping like bubble wrap. It felt better than. Well, better than climbing stairs, which used to nearly kill me. The system said my stats jumped up, Constitution 1.4, Speed 1.2, Strength 1.0. Before this, carrying a water jug was a workout. Now I felt like I could bench press a sack of rice. Puberty hit me a second time, apparently. 3 square meters of turtle shell. 50% more space than my garbage raft, and actually stable. Xuanwu's back had natural grooves on it, built-in anti-slip flooring. I stood up and didn't immediately faceplant into the ocean. Progress. Best part? I could steer. I thought, go that way, and Xuanwu just went. Mind control. My turtle has Wi-Fi. We cruised over to some floating debris, and I started scooping stuff up like the world's saddest garbage collector. Wood. Plastic. Cloth scraps. Wood. More plastic. I was out here recycling on the apocalypse ocean, living my best trash panda life. Then I checked the chat channel. Oh boy. Everyone was losing their minds. People screaming about wanting to go home. People flexing their awakened talents. Most folks got D or C rank abilities. Stuff like carry things slightly better, or swim faster but you're still terrified of the water. Really useful in an ocean survival scenario where nobody wants to touch the ocean. Someone mentioned S-rank talents. The chat consensus was that maybe one person in our entire village of 100,000 might have one. And then I saw a helpful player called Data Emperor, explaining that everyone has a talent they need to awaken separately. Wait, my beast taming thing isn't my talent? That's just my personal cheat code? I get another ability on top of that? I slammed that awaken button so fast. The system sparkled and spun and gave me S-rank talent, Farming Master. Growth speed doubled. 30% chance of mutant crops. I stared at that for a solid 5 seconds. I'm on. The ocean. 3 square meters of turtle back. No dirt. No seeds. No pots. I have less farmland than a studio apartment balcony, and even that would be generous. Farming Master. On the sea. Thanks, universe. Really appreciate the comedy. So I'm the lucky S-rank guy everyone's jealous of, and my power is literally useless right now. Half lucky. The universe gave me a sports car, but forgot the road. I sighed and patted the turtle's shell. Your name is Xuanwu now? No more daydreaming about cooking him. He's my ride, my home, and my only friend in this wet hellscape. Xuanwu made a low rumbling sound. I chose to interpret that as, cool name, bro. Then I checked his food requirements and my brain short-circuited. 100 pounds of meat per day, or 10 energy points. 100 pounds? I weigh less than that. Other people's rafts just float, they're minding their own business, 0 maintenance cost. My vehicle has a stomach. I adopted a teenager. No crystals. No meat. No nothing. My cheat code pet is going to starve on day 1 unless I figure something out fast. So I did what any rational person would do. I became a full-time ocean garbage man. Xuanwu paddled around while I leaned over his shell, scooping up every piece of floating trash I could reach. Not glamorous, but steady. Meanwhile, the chat was full of people panicking about upgrading their rafts. They needed 30 wood, 30 plastic, 20 cloth scraps just to go from level 0 to level 1. People were collecting maybe 7 pieces of wood per morning. Me? I just need crystals. 1 resource type. Kill monsters, get crystals, level up. Simple in theory. In practice, nobody wants to fight sea monsters with a fishing rod. Some maniac in chat apparently duct-taped a stone knife to his fishing pole and stabbed a small fish to death for 1 crystal. The chat called him insane. I called him my role model. Then, while I was elbow-deep in ocean garbage, something caught my eye. A wooden crate. Floating. Glowing slightly. A treasure chest. My luck just walked in the door wearing a tuxedo. I made Xuanwu haul shell toward that glowing crate like we were chasing an ice cream truck. Up close, it was just a plain wooden box with some scratches on it. A common tier treasure chest, literally the bottom of the loot table. But when your net worth is 1 turtle and some wet crackers, even garbage tier loot feels like Christmas morning. I hauled it up. Thing was heavy. Good thing my stats got buffed, or I would have yeeted myself into the ocean trying to lift it. I popped it open. 3 cans of pork, 2 bottles of water, 10 F-rank crystals, and a spear blueprint. My heart was doing drum solos. No more starving. The spear blueprint was a one-time use freebie. Just feed it 10 wood and boom. Instant weapon, no crafting table needed. Free pointy stick? Don't mind if I do. I activated the blueprint. 10 pieces of my precious garbage would vanish in a flash of light. And suddenly, I'm holding an actual spear. Sharp tip, smooth shaft, feels great in the hand. I gave it a couple swings. Look at me. Ocean warrior. Poseidon who? Then I looked at those 10 crystals. 10 crystals equals 10 energy points. Upgrading Xuanwu costs 10 energy points. Exactly 10. My hands were shaking. I was so excited my legs wouldn't stay together. System, you beautiful, beautiful machine. I could kiss you. I fed every crystal to Xuanwu and smashed that upgrade button. What happened next was like watching a building inflate. Xuanwu's shell started glowing, then growing. 3 square meters. 5, 8, 12, 15. 15 square meters. That's bigger than the crappy apartment I used to rent in Shanghai. I, a broke city worker, now had more living space on the back of a magic turtle than I ever had on land. If that's not a glow up, I don't know what is. Xuanwu wasn't even called Giant Tortoise anymore. He evolved into a water control turtle, level 1, with a brand new ability. He could control water currents. And the stat feedback hit me like a freight train of pure joy. My body stats tripled. Constitution 4.7, speed 4.5, strength 4.3. I went from wheezing college student. 2. Guy you don't want to mess with in one afternoon. Oh, and I got a superpower. Water blade. I could mentally grab seawater, spin it into a razor-thin disc, and launch it at things. I tried it immediately because obviously. I flicked my hand. A blade of spinning water shot out, and it carved a half-meter gash in the ocean surface. The sea literally split open for 2 seconds before closing back up. I stood there with my mouth hanging open. I'm basically a waterbender now. Avatar Lin Bei, last of the Turtle Riders. Then the system dropped a server-wide announcement to everyone in my starter village. Congratulations to player Lin Bei for being the first to upgrade their vehicle to level 1. Reward: Black Iron Treasure Chest. The chat channel went absolutely nuclear. Already? It's been like 6 hours. Who is this guy? Big boss, please notice me. I haven't even seen a wooden chest, and this dude's getting black iron. I'm not gonna lie, it felt amazing. Every man has a little show-off living inside him, and mine was doing backflips. But reality punched me in the face 2 seconds later. Xuanwu's daily food cost doubled. 200 pounds of meat or 20 energy points per day, and the next upgrade needs 100 crystals. My wallet is crying, and I don't even have a wallet. I blocked all the friend requests from strangers, sorry folks, not running a charity, and checked what new stuff I could build at level 1. Level 1 workbench unlocked. Basic crafting. I built it right on Xuanwu's back. Now I had a turtle with furniture. We're basically a houseboat. Then I cracked open the black iron chest. 10 loaves of bread. 5 water bottles. 15 more crystals. And the real prize, a seawater converter blueprint. Turns ocean water into drinking water, 200 milliliters per hour. In a world where people were literally trading 10 pieces of wood for 1 water bottle, this thing was liquid gold. Pun intended. Only problem, it needs 1 piece of glass to build. And I have 0 glass. I searched the trading channel. 2 people looking to buy glass. Nobody's selling. Glass is apparently rarer than common sense in this place. I posted my own request. Buying glass, name your price, let's talk. Then I also checked out upgrading my fishing rod. Needs iron nails, which I also don't have. So here I am, standing on the back of my 15 square meter magic water turtle, holding a spear, with waterbending powers, an S-rank farming talent I can't use because there's no dirt, and a blueprint I can't finish because nobody has glass. Day 1 isn't even over, and I'm already juggling more problems than a circus clown. The moment I built that workbench, my inbox exploded with trade offers for glass. First guy walks in swinging. I have glass. 5 bottles of water. 5 bottles? In what economy? I hit him back with 1 bottle. Take it or leave it, energy. Pure ice. 0 negotiation. You're so heartless. Do you know how rare glass is? Brother, I have food and water. You have thirst. We are not in the same bargaining position. He caved in 30 seconds. 1 bottle of water for 1 piece of glass. The art of the deal, baby. I slapped that glass onto the workbench with the wood and plastic, and built myself a seawater converter. It looks like a plastic lunchbox that someone duct taped a funnel onto. Ugly as sin, but it turns ocean water into drinking water. 200 milliliters per hour. Almost 5 liters a day. In a world where people are trading 10 pieces of wood for a single water bottle, I just built a money printer. And then it hit me. The big brain moment. The Galaxy Brain Play. My S-rank talent is Farming Master. I have 15 square meters of turtle. I have a water source now. I can actually farm. I owe God an apology. I called you a comedian earlier, but you were playing 4D chess the whole time. Turtle farming talent water converter equals ocean agriculture. I'm not surviving anymore. I'm homesteading. I started mentally designing my turtle estate. Little shelter in the middle with the workbench and a bed. Everything else. Crops. 10 square meters of farmland. Right here on Xuanwu's back. And when he levels up and gets bigger, full-blown farm. I'll be the old MacDonald of the apocalypse, see. Then my business brain kicked in. I only need crystals to upgrade. Wood, plastic, cloth? Useless to me. But other players need those materials desperately to upgrade their junky rafts. So I can sell my trash for their crystals. I'm basically running an ocean pawn shop. I listed everything on the trade board. Pork cans for 2 crystals. Bread for 1. 10 wood for 1 crystal. 10 plastic for 1 crystal. The chat went insane. Someone's trading food. A whole bread for just 1 crystal. Lin Bei is so stingy. I'm keeping my crystals. Who knows what they're for? Everyone had opinions. Nobody had crystals. Classic internet. 100,000 armchair experts. 0 customers. I didn't bother replying. Let them guess why I want crystals. The less they know, the better. While browsing the chaos, I spotted gold. Someone selling 5 iron nails for a bottle of water. Iron nails. I needed exactly 3 to build a level 1 fishing rod. I traded faster than a stockbroker on caffeine. Built the new rod on the spot. This thing was leagues better than the starter garbage. Solid wood body, nylon line, bigger hook. The system said it could catch bigger fish and gather resources more efficiently. My cardboard sword just became a real weapon. I ripped off a chunk of bread, stuck it on the hook, and cast my line into the deep blue. 10 minutes of silence. Just me, sitting on my giant turtle, legs dangling, waiting. Peaceful, almost relaxing. Then the bobber plunged. I waited. Let the fish commit. Let it really chomp down. Then I planted both feet on Xuanwu's shell, grabbed the rod with both hands, and pulled. The thing on the other end pulled back. Hard. If this had happened 6 hours ago when I was a 0.3 level noodle boy, I'd be swimming with the fishes right now. But I'm a 4-point stat beast now. Peak human. Built different. The rod bent. The line screamed, and I couldn't help myself. 18 dragon subduing casts. Yeah, I yelled an anime attack name while fishing. Alone. On a turtle. In the middle of the ocean. Judge me all you want. There's nobody around to hear it, and it felt awesome. I yanked with everything I had. Something massive exploded out of the water and slammed onto Xuanwu's back. 1/2 meter of pure ugly. Gray-black scales, bulging eyes, a mouth full of fangs that looked like nature's worst dentistry. Its tail was slapping the shell like an angry customer at a restaurant. The system labeled it in Ugly Monster Fish, F-rank Sea Beast. I stood over it with my spear, dripping wet, grinning like a maniac. Dinner just delivered itself. That fish was so ugly I flinched. Like, I've seen some rough faces in my college dorm, but this thing made them look like runway models. But hey, survival world, knew me. I used to be the guy who couldn't even kill a chicken. Now I'm standing on a giant turtle holding a spear over a monster fish. Character development speedrun. I stabbed it. 1 hit. Done. The system popped up. 1 crystal, 20 pounds of fish meat. Not bad for my first kill. Xuanwu can eat tonight. Then the server announcement dropped. Again. For the entire village. Congratulations to player Lin Bei for the first ever sea beast kill. The chat lost its collective mind. This guy again. First to upgrade and first to kill. He's hacking. What is he? I accidentally became famous twice in one day. Whoops. But also, feels good. Not gonna lie. Another black iron chest as a reward. Popped it open. 10 more crystals, 5 bread, 3 water bottles, 5 iron nails. Energy points climbing to 37. We're cooking. Then I had a genius idea. I looked at Xuanwu. Xuanwu looked at me. Hey buddy, if you see fish down there, just eat them yourself. Be a self-sufficient turtle. Xuanwu slowly turned his head, stared at me with those beady little eyes, and rolled them. This turtle just gave me attitude. I could feel his energy through our bond. It basically said, I have an owner and I still gotta hunt my own food. This reptile has the audacity of a house cat. Think of it as exercise, I told him. He ignored me, swam forward, and casually snatched a fish out of the water with his mouth. Swallowed it whole without even looking at me. Good turtle. Good turtle. So now we had a system going. Me fishing up top, Xuanwu hunting down below. Double the income. Corporate efficiency. We were basically a 2-man company where 1 employee is a turtle and the CEO is a college dropout standing on his back. About an hour later, I spotted another treasure chest floating nearby. But this one had a tenant. Some fat gray blob was sunbathing on top of it. A reef beast. Basically a chubby seal with anger issues. The system described it as lazy, likes to sleep on hard surfaces. Same, honestly. I steered Xuanwu closer. The reef beast opened one eye, looked at us, decided we weren't worth the effort, and went back to sleep. The disrespect. Fine. I was going to use my spear, but then I thought, why should I work when I have an employee? Xuanwu. Sick him. Xuanwu glided over and chomped the fat seal's leg. The seal woke up screaming and bit Xuanwu's shell. Didn't even leave a scratch. Xuanwu's shell is basically Nokia phone material. Few bites later, Xuanwu snapped its neck. Professional. Clean. My turtle is a hitman. Best part? The kill counted as mine. Crystals, 30 pounds of meat, all in my pocket. I don't even have to lift a finger anymore. I just point and Xuanwu handles it. I'm not a warrior. I'm a manager. I grabbed the chest too. Wood, plastic, cloth, water. Standard loot. But free is free. By late afternoon, the chat channel's vibe had completely shifted. All those people who called me stingy at noon, now they were begging for food. Please someone sell me food. I'll trade 5 plastic for 1 bite of anything. I haven't eaten since this morning. And guess whose trade listings started flying off the shelves? Mine. Bread for 1 crystal, sold. Pork kin for 2 crystals, sold. More bread, sold. The same people who said, 1 bread for 1 crystal? Lin Bei is so cheap, we're now slamming that buy button like their lives depended on it. Because they did. My energy points climbed from 23 to 37 while I sat there collecting crystals like a toll booth operator. Then someone in chat posted their upgrade requirements for a level 2 boat. 100 wood, 100 plastic, 80 cloth, 30 iron nails, and 10 iron bars. People were having heart attacks in the comments. Most couldn't even finish their level 1 upgrade yet. But here's the key detail. No crystals needed. Ship upgrades don't use crystals, which means regular players still have 0 reason to hoard them. My crystal monopoly continues. Nobody knows why I want them, and I plan to keep it that way. As the sun set on day 1, I check my stats. Body level 4.5. 37 energy points toward the 100 I need. 50 pounds of fish meat stocked up. Water converter humming along. Spear in hand. Turtle beneath me. Not bad for a guy who woke up this morning face down on a pile of sticks holding a turtle he was planning to eat. Dinner was a can of mystery meat and dry bread. Glamorous, I know. I'm basically a Michelin star chef if the star was drawn in crayon. I would kill for a pot, a stove, a kitchen, even a microwave. But my level 1 turtle doesn't come with appliances. No roof either. I looked up at the sky and prayed it wouldn't rain, because my house is a reptile and my ceiling is the universe. Xuanwu ate his own catches throughout the day, so he was half full. I tossed him some extra fish meat. Gotta keep the landlord happy. I grabbed my fishing rod, planning to do some night grinding. My body was buzzing with energy. Turns out when your stats are 4.5, sleep becomes optional. Years of college all-nighters finally paying off. Cast the line out, and then I noticed something. The ocean floor was staring at me. Dozens of glowing eyes. Everywhere. Like someone dumped a bag of glow sticks into the abyss. The entire seabed had turned into a nightclub for monsters. The chat channel was having a collective panic attack. Oh God, there's eyes under my raft. I'm going to die. Calm down. Newbie protection means they won't attack. Are you sure? The system said so. Oh, thank God. I almost peed myself. Everyone was terrified. Me? I saw a buffet. These idiots are just floating there. They can't attack me. They won't fight back. They're literally practice dummies with loot inside them. This isn't a horror movie. This is a grinding session. Xuanwu, you see those eyes? Low rumble from the turtle. We're going shopping. I stood on Xuanwu's head like the world's dumbest action hero, spear raised, and we cruised toward the nearest pair of glowing eyes. Ugly monster fish. Same species as before. Just hovering there, staring at me like a creep. Not moving. Not attacking. Just vibing. I jammed my spear straight through its skull. It wiggled twice and died. 1 crystal. 20 pounds of meat. Next. Xuanwu paddled to the next one. Stab. Dead. Crystal. Meat. Next. And the next one. And the next. The other sea beasts didn't even react when I killed their neighbors. 0 solidarity. No teamwork. Just, oh, Frank died? Anyway, these creatures have the survival instincts of a potato. I was running a production line. Spear goes in, crystal comes out. Spear goes in, crystal comes out. Sometimes I mixed in a water blade for variety, but those eat stamina, so I save them for groups. After an hour, I found a black iron chest surrounded by 5 sea beasts. A mini-boss encounter? Please. I've been killing these things like I'm clocking into a factory shift. Xuanwu, charge. Xuanwu plowed into them like a bowling ball. I went full berserker on top. Spear left, spear right, water blade across the middle. Xuanwu was chomping from below. 10 minutes, 5 dead monsters, 0 damage taken. Their teeth couldn't even scratch Xuanwu's shell. We're basically invincible against F-rank anything. 5 crystals, 110 pounds of meat. And the chest. I cracked open the black iron chest and nearly lost my mind. A permanent flower pot blueprint. Rice seeds. 10 crystals. And soil. Soil. On the ocean. Do you understand what this means? The flower pot is only 0.3 square meters. Tiny, but it comes with a 10% growth speed bonus. Stack that with my S-rank farming master talent, giving 100% speed boost, and rice that normally takes 5 days to grow. I'm looking at 2, maybe 3 days. I can actually farm now. The meme talent is real. God, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. You magnificent, long game playing genius. I pocketed the seeds and kept grinding. No time to plant right now. There were still glowing eyes out there, and every pair of eyes was a crystal waiting to be collected. Stab. Collect. Stab. Collect. Stab. Collect. After a while, I stopped feeling anything. Pure robot mode. My arms moved on autopilot. Spear in, loot out, next target. I became a fish-murdering machine with no off switch. Eventually, I looked around and realized. The ocean was dark. No more glowing eyes. I'd killed them all. Every single sea beast in this entire area. The local ecosystem just got linbayed. My hands were trembling, not from fear, from exhaustion. My fingers felt like overcooked noodles. Even my spear arm was begging for retirement. I collapsed on a Xuanwu's back, breathing like I'd just run a marathon. Which, honestly, I basically did. A murder marathon. That's enough for tonight, buddy. Xuanwu grunted and stopped swimming. Even he was tired. We earned this break. I checked my inventory. Over 50 F-rank crystals from combat alone. 500 pounds of meat stockpiled. Xuanwu could eat for days. I absorbed every single crystal. The counter jumped. 37 plus the chest bonus plus the combat haul. 70 points in one night. Total energy, 107. I need 100 to upgrade Xuanwu to level 2. I have enough. But I didn't smash the button immediately. First, I built 3 storage chests and organized my entire turtle like a responsible adult. Wood in one box, plastic in another, food in the third. Everything neat. Everything labeled. My turtle went from disaster zone to IKEA showroom. Then I walked to the center of Xuanwu's shell. Took a deep breath. Cracked my knuckles. Xuanwu. Upgrade time. I hit the upgrade button and Xuanwu started vibrating like a phone on a table. Then he started growing. Again. But this time it was like watching a building being constructed in fast forward. The shell expanded outward. 20 square meters. 30, 40, 50. 50 square meters. That's a one-bedroom apartment. Without the management fees. I went from homeless to homeowner in 24 hours, and my house is alive and swims. The shell got these beautiful brown and blue patterns swirling together. Earth and water, like nature's own interior design. The edges of the shell curved up into natural walls. Built-in railings. Safety features. This turtle comes with more amenities than my old apartment. Then the power feedback hit me, and boy. My stats went from 4-something to over 10. Constitution 10.3. Speed 10.2. Strength 10.1. I jumped and launched 3 meters into the air. Nearly gave myself a heart attack because I forgot I was standing on a turtle in the middle of the ocean. Stuck the landing though. Mostly. New ability unlocked. Earth control. I can manipulate soil and rocks now. I looked down. Water. I looked left. Water. I looked right. More water. What soil? Where? Show me one rock out here, and I'll throw a party on it. Another ability that's amazing on paper and useless in my current situation. My talent collection is basically things that would make me a god if I wasn't floating on the ocean. Then the server announcement went off. Again. 3rd time today. Lin Bei, first player to reach level 2. The chat had a full mental breakdown. It's been 1 day. He even human. Carry me please. He's definitely hacking. At this point I'm pretty sure Lin Bei is becoming a swear word in this village. People probably stub their toe and yell my name. Reward, a bronze treasure chest. Fancy. Bigger than black iron, with actual carved decorations. I ripped it open. A pet egg. 10 E-rank crystals. A barbecue grill blueprint. And more soil. The pet egg was pretty. Pale blue with delicate patterns, about 2 fists big. It hatches into a random, functional pet in 12 hours. Random. I've played gacha games before. I know what random means. It means disappointment with extra steps. But whatever, I started the incubation. We'll see what this lottery gives me tomorrow morning. The barbecue grill blueprint made me drool. Cooked food. No more dry bread and sadness. But it needs iron bars and stone blocks to build, and I have exactly zero of both. The universe keeps dangling upgrades in front of me like a carrot on a stick, and the stick is made of iron bars I don't have. Then I absorbed those E-rank crystals. These bad boys were bigger, darker, shinier than the F-rank ones. Each one was worth about 10 energy points instead of 1. Energy shot up to 110. Sounds great, right? Xuanwu's new daily food bill, 500 pounds of meat, or 50 energy points per day. I went from struggling to feed a large dog to operating a zoo on a budget of 0. Every time I upgrade this turtle, his stomach upgrades twice as fast. He's not a pet, he's a mortgage. At least the upgrade reset his hunger meter, so tonight's free. Small victories. I checked what level 2 unlocks. A level 2 workbench, which can build a wooden house, better weapons, better fishing rods, furniture, everything I need. Except it requires iron bars to upgrade. Again with the iron bars. Iron bars are my nemesis. My arch-nemesis. If iron bars were a person, I'd fight them in a parking lot. But a basic wooden bed? That only needs wood and cloth scraps. Those I have. I built a bed immediately and flopped onto it. After sleeping on turtle shell all day, this plank of wood with a cloth blanket felt like a 5-star hotel. I arranged my 3 storage chests around it like nightstands. Very feng shui. Very cozy. My interior design skills? Immaculate. My living situation? Still a turtle. I wanted to build a shelter too, walls, a roof, protection from weather, but that needs the level 2 workbench, which needs iron bars, which I don't have. Are you sensing a pattern? Tomorrow's shopping list. Iron bars, and more iron bars. Also stone blocks. And somehow find 500 pounds of meat to feed my ever-hungry living island. The chat was still buzzing about me when I closed my eyes. People debating whether I have some secret S-rank talent, whether I'm cheating, whether they should try to ally with me. Some people were already scheming about, competing for resources against players like me. Good luck with that, friends. You're on a stick raft. I'm on a 50 square meter battle turtle with water blades and earth powers. I pulled my scrap cloth blanket over my shoulders and let the exhaustion take me. It had been the longest, craziest, most impossible day of my life. Woke up as a broke college kid going fishing. Going to sleep as a turtle riding, spear wielding, sea beast slaying, S-rank talent having ocean farmer with 10-point stats, and a pet egg incubating next to my bed. Day 1 complete. 2 days of newbie protection left. Tomorrow, I hunt for iron bars and pray that egg doesn't hatch into something stupid. Woke up at dawn. Couldn't even sleep in because my body is too healthy now. Stats over 10 means my internal alarm clock has no snooze button. Being overpowered is suffering. First thing I did, search the trade board for iron bars. 0 listings. Again, iron bars are the mythical creature of this world. Everyone needs them. Nobody has them. I'm starting to think iron bars are just a rumor the system made up to torment us. No iron bars means no level 2 workbench. No workbench means no kitchen. No kitchen means more dry bread. My taste buds are filing a complaint. Whatever. Can't cook, can farm. I built 5 flower pots, lined them up nice and neat on Xuanwu's back, and then had a galaxy brain moment. Why use pots when I have an entire turtle? Xuanwu's shell absorbs soil. I slapped some medium-grade dirt directly onto the shell, and it stuck like it was magnetized. No pot needed. 10 square meters of soil spread across my turtle's back like frosting on the world's weirdest cake. I dismantled all 5 flower pots immediately. Sorry, little guys, we've been through a lot, but I don't need you anymore. We're doing industrial agriculture now. My farming master talent kicked in, and suddenly I just knew how to plant rice. Like the knowledge downloaded directly into my brain. Dig hole, drop seed, cover with soil. My hands were clumsy, but every step was perfect. 10 rice plants, all in the ground. Well, all in the turtle. Then I realized, water. I need to water 10 square meters of crops. My seawater converter makes 2 liters overnight. That's like trying to fill a swimming pool with a teaspoon. I dumped everything I had. The stored water, 2 extra bottles from my supplies, and barely finished 1 round of watering. And this isn't a one-time thing. Every single day until harvest. The legendary farming master, defeated by irrigation. Embarrassing. Right when I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself, the pet egg cracked open. A tiny fish popped out. Crystal clear, completely transparent, sparkling in the sunlight like a living diamond. It swam a little circle and blew a bubble at me. A water crystal fish. Produces 1 liter of fresh water per day. 1 liter. That's nice, I guess. For a normal person, that's a decent perk. But I'm not a normal person. I have the beast taming system. I contracted that fish so fast the system probably got whiplash. Contract bonus. Water production jumped from 1 liter to 10 liters. Times 10. Just like that. But wait. I had energy points to spare. I upgraded her to level 1. Production went from 10 liters to 100 liters per day. 100 liters. That's enough to water my crops, drink all I want, and take a shower. Do you know how long it's been since I've thought about hygiene? 24 hours, but it feels like a lifetime. The fish only costs 10 pounds of meat per day to feed. That's nothing. She's the most cost-efficient employee I've ever had. Xuanwu eats 500 pounds, and this little angel produces 100 liters of water for the price of a snack. Employee of the month. Every month. Forever. Oh, and contracting her gave me a new ability, Water Shield. I can make a force field out of water now. I poked it. Bouncy, solid, looks cool. I'm collecting superpowers like trading cards at this point. Water Blades. Earth Control, Water Shield. I'm 1 lightning bolt away from being a full avatar. I plopped the crystal fish into the seawater converter's tank. Cozy little home. She seemed happy. I think. Do fish have emotions? Mine does now. Then I opened the chat channel looking for iron bars and found something much more interesting. Some guy named Ocean Drifter was selling iron bars. The entire chat was dogpiling his post, bidding food and water like a desperate auction. 3 cans for 1 bar. 5 bottles for 1 bar. People were going feral. But the real bombshell was his next message. You want to know where I got the iron? An island. Full of iron ore. Just sitting there. Free for the taking. And island. Islands have iron. Islands have rocks. Islands have. And this is the part that made my heart nearly explode. Dirt. Real, actual, solid dirt. The thing my earth control ability needs to function. The thing my farming empire needs to expand. The thing that has been completely absent from my life because I live on the ocean. I jumped up and scanned the horizon. Water. Water. More water. Water with slightly different lighting. 0 islands anywhere. Cool. Back to square one. I pointed in a random direction. Xuanwu that way, honestly? No clue where I'm going. But standing still won't find an island either. Fortune favors the bold. And the desperate. Ocean Drifter dropped one more message. Oh yeah, the island has monsters too. Strong ones. Almost died. Monsters guarding resources on an island? That's not a warning. That's an invitation. With the crystal fish solving my water crisis, I realized something beautiful. Water is now my cheapest resource. And everyone else is dying for it. Economics 101. Sell what you have too much of. I hit the trade channel and found a permanent wooden bowl blueprint for 1 bottle of water. Snatched it immediately. 1 piece of wood makes 2 bowls. I cranked out a dozen of them like a medieval assembly line. Gonna need containers if I'm running a water business. Then I messaged Ocean Drifter about iron bars. 500 ml of water for 1 iron bar. He replied instantly. Deal. Wait. That fast. All those people in chat offering 2, 3 bottles per bar were bluffing? I just bought iron at discount price. I kept trading. 1 bar, 2 bars, 5, 10. He confirmed every single one instantly. This man is sitting on a mountain of iron like a dragon hoarding gold. Islands must be loaded with resources. Mental note. Find island, become rich. With 10 iron bars in my pocket, I finally, upgraded to a level 2 workbench. The thing expanded, grew metal gears on the sides, looked actually professional. My janky wooden table evolved into a real workshop. I scrolled through the new crafting menu and saw 2 magic words. Simple. Wooden. House. Materials. Wood, plastic, cloth scraps. No iron bars. No special nonsense. Just basic stuff I had piles of. I slammed that craft button so hard I nearly broke my finger. The workbench lit up like a spotlight. Wood planks started assembling themselves. Walls rising, roof sliding on, a door clicking into place. 10 seconds later, a tiny wooden cabin was standing on Xuanwu's back. I have a house. On a turtle. In the ocean. I pushed the door open. 4 or 5 square meters inside. Enough for a bed and some storage. I dragged the bed in, built a table and cabinet, arranged everything nice and cozy. Then I stepped outside and surveyed my kingdom. Wooden cabin in the center, workbench and water converter on the left, storage chests on the right, and in front, 10 square meters of rice paddy, with little green shoots already poking through the soil. I'm standing in the doorway of my house, hands on my hips, looking at my rice field on the back of my swimming fortress turtle. Day 2. I went from drowning orphan on sticks to ocean homesteader with a farm and a cottage. Who else is doing this? Nobody. That's who. I spent the morning doing the usual, collecting floating garbage, stabbing sea beasts when I found them. Daytime spawns were thin, so I was saving my real murder energy for tonight. Around noon, my stomach reminded me that I still eat like a caveman. Dry bread and canned mystery meat, every meal. My mouth was staging a protest. Then I remembered, I have a barbecue blueprint. I have iron bars now. I traded for some stone blocks from the market. Build time. The grill materialized on Xuanwu's back. A square iron rack with a firewood slot underneath. Room for 3 pieces of meat at once. I grabbed some sea beast meat, threw it on, lit the fire, and waited. 15 minutes later, the first piece came off. Golden brown crust. Fat sizzling. Smoke rising. The smell drifting across the ocean like a perfume commercial for hungry people. I bit into it, and my eyes nearly rolled back. After 24 hours of dry bread, this tasted like a 5-star restaurant. Outside crispy, inside juicy. Who needs seasoning when you've been starving? The system said it restores stamina and permanently increases body stats. I checked my panel. Nothing changed for me because my stats are already over 10. F-rank meat is baby food for someone at my level. But for normal players, this stuff is gold. People in chat are literally fainting from hunger, running on empty, getting chased by sea beasts with 0 stamina. 1 piece of grilled meat fills you up, recharges your energy, and gives permanent stat boosts. I started grilling like a man possessed. 3 pieces every 15 minutes. 12 per hour. Assembly line barbecue. Flip, sear, remove, reload. I was the Gordon Ramsay of the Apocalypse Ocean. Listed everything on the trade board. 1 grilled meat for 1 crystal. 1 bowl of water for 1 crystal. Then I dropped 1 message in chat. Grilled meat and water available. Crystals only. Limited stock. And walked away. I didn't even see the explosion. But apparently the chat went absolutely berserk. Grilled meat. I just ate 1 and my stats went up 0.1. Permanently. This is real. Shut up and take my crystals. Leave some for me. Lin Bei is a legend. Every piece of meat sold out in seconds. Crystals poured in like a river. People who'd been hoarding crystals because they might be useful someday were now throwing them at me for a piece of barbecue. I accidentally became the first restaurant owner of the apocalypse. And just like that, everyone in our starter village of 100,000 people knew my name. Not as the guy who upgrades fast, or the guy who kills sea beasts first, but as the guy who feeds people. Turns out, in a survival world, the person with the grill is king. My barbecue business was too successful. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say while floating on a turtle. Every piece of meat sold the second I listed it. The chat was full of people camping my trade page like it was a sneaker drop. Lin Bei, please restock. I've been refreshing for 30 minutes. Take my crystals. Sorry folks. 1 grill, 12 pieces per hour. I'm a one-man restaurant with no employees, and my kitchen is a reptile. Then someone named Sea Breeze slid into my DMs with an offer, an excellent quality barbecue grill blueprint. Permanent. Way better than my basic one. Price? 30 pieces of grilled meat. I did what any self-respecting businessman does. I haggled. 20. Deal. I spent the next chunk of time grilling like my life depended on it. Handed over 20 pieces and received the blueprint. Then I read the materials list. 10 iron bars. 5 copper bars. 30 stone blocks. Copper? I've never even seen copper in this world. It's like the system made up a material specifically to ruin my day. Sea Breeze basically sold me a recipe I can't cook. I got hustled by a guy named after Gentle Wind. You can't see the full material list before trading. Only after. Lesson learned. Always read the fine print. Except there is no fine print. This system is designed for scams. But I kept the blueprint. Somewhere out there, copper exists. And I will find it. Right on cue, Xuanwu let out an excited rumble. Through our bond, I felt it, earth energy. Somewhere ahead. My level 2 earth sensing ability was picking up land. In an ocean full of nothing, there's only one thing that radiates earth energy. An island. Full speed ahead, Xuanwu kicked into high gear. Wind in my face, salt spray everywhere, and on the horizon, a black dot. Growing bigger, turning green. An actual island. Trees. Rocks. A beach. Real dirt. A few hundred square meters of solid ground surrounded by ocean, like a jewel sitting in blue velvet. I jumped off Xuanwu's back onto the sand and almost cried. Land. Real land under my feet. After 2 days of nothing but turtle shell, standing on actual earth felt like coming home from war. My emotional moment lasted about 3 seconds before 3 scaly wolf things burst out of the bushes. Rock wolves, F rank. Fast. Mean-looking. Covered in scales with mouths full of fangs. 3 of them fanned out to surround me like they'd practiced this. Very dramatic. Very coordinated. Very dead. I speared the first one through the neck before it even finished growling. The other 2 lunged. I threw up a water shield. They bounced off like tennis balls, and I finished them with 2 quick stabs. F rank. Please. I eat F rank for breakfast. Literally. That's what the barbecue is for. 3 crystals, 60 pounds of meat, 6 pieces of fur. Not bad for 10 seconds of work. Now for the real treasure. I dropped to my knees and pressed both palms against the ground. Earth sense, activate. It was like sonar. My brain lit up with a map of everything underground. Gray dots, regular stone. Black dots, iron ore. And yellow dots. I scrambled to the nearest yellow dot and dug with my bare hands like a golden retriever who smelled a bone. Copper ore. Real, actual, green-tinged copper ore. I may have screamed a little. I started digging like a madman. Iron here, copper there, stones everywhere. Running back and forth between the mine sites and Xuanwu's back, carrying armfuls of rocks, getting absolutely filthy. Then Xuanwu watched me struggle for about 5 minutes and apparently decided he'd seen enough stupidity. His shell glowed yellow-brown, and suddenly every rock and or within range just floated up off the ground, through the air, landed neatly on his back. I stood there, covered in dirt, holding 2 rocks like an idiot, watching my turtle use telekinesis to do in 5 seconds what took me 20 minutes. Xuanwu, you could do this the whole time. He blinked at me slowly. The turtle equivalent of, you never asked. I wanted to be mad, but honestly, fair point. From then on, I just pointed and Xuanwu collected. Those iron rocks, grab them. That stone pile? Yep. Can you grab trees too? He tried. Shook his head. Rocks and minerals only. No wood. Still, not complaining. We swept that island like a vacuum cleaner. Over 100 iron ore blocks, a dozen copper ore, and more stone than I could count. Xuanwu's back looked like a quarry exploded on it, but he said it was no big deal. Show off. Then I found the real prize. Black, soft, rich soil. The island's interior had a whole clearing full of it. No special bonuses, just regular dirt. But for me, dirt is the bonus. Xuanwu's earth control ripped the topsoil right off the ground and stacked it on his shell. My farmland went from 10 square meters to 40. I now have a legitimate agricultural operation happening on the back of a swimming turtle. Old MacDonald is shaking. I was about to head back when I noticed something glowing between the trees. A strange tree with luminescent bark, bright red fruits hanging from its branches. Underneath it sat a bronze treasure chest. And next to the chest, blocking everything, was the biggest wolf I'd seen yet. Twice the size of the others. Silver-gray fur. Golden eyes. Radiating, don't mess with me, energy. The system tagged it. E-rank C beast, rock wolf king. Not F rank. E rank. 1 whole tier higher. I gripped my spear tighter and grinned. Boss fight time. E rank wolf king. 2 meters tall at the shoulder. Silver fur gleaming like chainmail. Golden eyes saying, I will end you. And me? Standing there with a wooden spear thinking, I have absolutely no idea if I can win this. I opened with a water blade. The wolf dodged it. Just casually sidestepped a high-speed water projectile like it was a slow pitch. The blade cut a tree in half behind it. Okay, so this thing is fast. I threw a dirt chunk at it from the side. The wolf didn't even bother dodging, just slapped it out of the air with 1 paw. So it's strong too. Cool. Cool. Everything is fine. I charged in with my spear. Went for the throat. Classic move. Very heroic. The wolf caught my spear in its mouth and bit it in half. There goes my only weapon. Wonderful. Outstanding. 5 stars. But here's the thing about being backed into a corner. It makes you stupid brave. Instead of running, I punched it in the nose. Full power, right on the snout. The Wolf King stumbled back. It looked offended, like nobody had ever had the audacity. From there it became a proper fight. Water shield in the left hand, water blade in the right. The wolf kept lunging, smashing into my shield. The shield bent and shook, but held. Every time it bounced off, I'd counter with a blade slash. We danced around that clearing trading hits. And slowly, I realized something beautiful. I'm stronger than this thing. All 3 of my stats are above 10. I'm beyond normal E rank. This overgrown dog just didn't know it yet. It lunged, missed, and I carved a half-meter gash across its back. Blood everywhere. Silver fur turned red. The Wolf King yelped and tried to run away. Nope, not happening. You started this boss fight. We're finishing it. 3 water blade slashes to the back. It collapsed. Done. 1 E-rank crystal, 50 pounds of E-rank meat, and 1 E-rank fur for making armor. The good stuff. Server announcement number 400. Felt like it. Lin Bei first to kill an E-rank beast. Reward, silver treasure chest. The chat was now just a Lin Bei fan club mixed with a conspiracy theory forum. He's hacking. He's broken the game. He's not human. Flattering, honestly. But I wasn't looking at chat. I was looking at that tree. Glowing white bark. Green leaves. Bright red fruits hanging from the branches like nature's Christmas ornaments. A light-winged tree. The fruits heal injuries and boost strength stats permanently. And unlike every other tree in existence, this one can be replanted. I am a farming master. Trees are plants. Plants are my specialty. Xuanwu dig it up. The whole thing. Roots and all. Xuanwu's earth control ripped the entire tree out of the ground. Roots, soil ball, everything, and floated it gently onto his back. I planted it right next to my cabin. I now have a magical healing fruit tree growing next to my house on the back of my giant turtle in the middle of the ocean. My real estate listing would be insane. 50 SQM oceanfront property. Open floor plan. Rice paddy. Fruit orchard. Mobile. Pet fish included. Xuanwu and I split up to strip mine the rest of the island. He vacuumed up every ore and stone with telekinesis while I grabbed wood and plants. We were like a 2-person demolition crew. By the time we were done, the island looked like someone had robbed it at gunpoint. Then someone actually tried to rob me. A guy stepped out from behind some trees. Mid-20s, holding a bow, quiver on his hip. We stared at each other for 2 seconds. He shot me. No warning. No. Hey, let's be friends. Just straight up try to murder me for my stuff. The arrow curved mid-air. Some kind of homing talent. The arrow literally turned corners. But my water shield caught it. Stuck halfway in, but didn't break through. I water bladed him in the shoulder. He screamed, tried to run. Second blade caught his back. Down he went. My first PvP kill. I won't pretend it felt great. It was heavy. Even though he shot first. Even though it was self-defense. Taking a human life is a different weight than killing a monster. I took a breath and picked up his backpack. Inside, a few crystals, some random junk, and a permanent excellent grade furnace blueprint. I immediately took back every mean thought. Brother, you weren't a robber. You were a delivery service. Rest in peace, you beautiful loot pinata. A furnace means I can smelt iron or into iron bars. Copper or into copper bars. All that mining I just did? Now it's actually usable. The fancy barbecue grill blueprint that scammed me earlier? Craftable. I loaded everything onto Xuanwu and looked back at the island one last time. We'd taken the soil, the ore, the stone, the trees, and even the boss monster's lunch money. The place looked like it had been through a natural disaster named Lin Bei. Let's go home, Xuanwu. Home being, of course, the turtle I was already standing on. Time to open these treasure chests. I popped the bronze chest first. Tomato seeds, potato seeds, watermelon seeds, 10 E-rank crystals, and fireproof bricks. Nice. Solid. Not exciting, but useful. Like getting socks for Christmas. You'll definitely use them, but you're not jumping up and down. Then the silver chest. The big one. 20 copper bars. 20 iron bars. 5 D-rank crystals. And something called an automatic collector. I read the description 3 times to make sure I wasn't hallucinating. It collects floating resources automatically within a 3-meter radius. No more bending over. No more fishing garbage out of the sea with my bare hands. I just park it on the edge of Xuanwu's shell, hook it up to a storage chest, and it vacuums everything nearby like a Roomba for ocean trash. A piece of driftwood floated past. Got sucked up instantly. Wood 1. I didn't even move. I have never felt so free. My back is liberated. My spine is celebrating. Those Deerink crystals were gorgeous too. Deep purple, buzzing with energy. Each one worth about 20 energy points. 5 of them gave me 100 points, bringing my total to 470. Just 30 short of Xuanwu's level 3 upgrade at 500. Almost there. Now for the building spree of the century. Step 1. Furnace. I had the blueprint from my dearly departed attacker friend. 50 stone blocks, 20 iron bars, 10 fireproof bricks, all from today's haul. I built it behind my cabin. Half my height, iron shell, brick-lined interior, chimney on top. 5 smelting slots running at once. I loaded iron ore in all 5 and hit start. Flames roared up. Heat blasted my face. Iron ore going in, iron bars coming out. Then I loaded copper ore. Same thing. Copper bars flowing like a golden river. The chat had just been crying about how regular furnaces can't smelt copper. You need a higher grade one. Guess who has an excellent grade furnace? This guy? While everyone else is stuck, I'm running a full metallurgy operation on the back of a turtle. Step 2. Fancy barbecue. That blueprint sea breeze sold me. 10 iron bars, 5 copper bars, 30 stone. Everything accounted for. Craft. The new grill appeared next to my old one. Bigger, better, with an auto-feed mechanism for the firewood. 10 pieces of meat at once. 15 minutes per batch. Fully automatic. I don't even have to flip them. 2 grills running simultaneously. The old one doing 3 at a time, the new one doing 10. My meat production went from neighborhood lemonade stand to fast food franchise. I stood back, hands on hips, and just admired my empire. Furnace smelting. 2 grills cooking. Auto collector harvesting. All running by themselves. I've built a factory on a turtle. I'm the Henry Ford of the apocalypse ocean. I have an assembly line and my factory floor is a living animal. Someone in chat posted that they'd finally reached level 2. Good for them. Then they shared the level 3 upgrade requirements. 300 wood, 250 plastic, 200 cloth, 80 iron nails, 40 iron bars, 15 copper bars, 5 glass. People were having existential crises in the comments. I'll never get there. Copper bars are impossible. Regular furnaces can't even make copper. Meanwhile, I'm over here with mountains of copper ore, an excellent furnace, and a smug expression that could be seen from space. But I didn't get cocky. These players are getting faster. The gap won't stay this wide forever. Gotta keep pushing. I planted all my new seeds. Tomatoes, potatoes, watermelons. Every square meter of my 40 square meter farm got something shoved into it. The farming master talent guided my hands like autopilot. Perfect spacing, perfect depth, every time. Then came the water problem. Again, 40 square meters of crops drink like a college fraternity. Even my crystal fish's 100 liters per day was getting stretched thin with the healing tree guzzling water too. Solution? Upgrade the fish. 50 energy points. Level 2 crystal fish. She grew from 2 palm size to nearly a meter long, and her daily output jumped to 1,000 liters. 1,000. A literal ton of fresh water. Per day. I could irrigate a small farm, fill a swimming pool, and take a long shower all at the same time. Water scarcity is officially over in my life. The stat feedback bumped me to 11 point something across the board, and my water shield got thick, twice as dense with a blue shimmer. Very pretty. Very protective. Only problem, my meter-long fish no longer fit in the little converter tank. She was thrashing around in there like a goldfish someone tried to keep in a coffee mug. The plastic walls were banging. She was not happy. So I built her a pool. Used earth control to stack stone and soil into a 4 square meter pond, half a meter deep. Filled it with water. She dove in and did happy laps. I could feel her joy through our bond. Pure, bubbly, fish happiness. She went from living in a Tupperware container to having her own backyard pool. The employee benefits at Lin Bay Incorporated are outstanding. Then I stepped back and looked at everything. Wooden cabin. Workbench. Excellent furnace. 2 barbecue grills. 3 storage chests. Auto collector. 40 square meters of cropland with rice almost ready to harvest, plus tomatoes, potatoes, and watermelons growing. A magical healing fruit tree. A fish pond with a meter-long crystal fish. All on 50 square meters of turtle shell. It's cramped. Very cramped. My turtle has less free space than a Tokyo apartment. Xuanwu is basically carrying a small village on his back and hasn't complained once. I patted his shell gently. Hang in there, buddy. One more upgrade, and you'll have room to breathe. One day of newbie protection left. Tomorrow, the monsters come for everyone. But honestly, let them come. My factory is running, my farm is growing, my grills are cooking, and my fish is swimming. I'm ready. First thing I did after admiring my turtle empire was look at the edges and think, this place needs walls. Sea spray kept slapping me in the face. Waves splashing over the rim like uninvited guests. So I used earth control to stack stones into a half-meter wall around the entire perimeter. Boom! Instant fortress. My turtle went from floating platform to fortified base. Next step? Full castle walls. One day, I will build a city on this turtle. Mark my words. Used up most of my stone, though. Added, hoard more rocks, to my never-ending shopping list. Then I got back to business. And by business, I mean my actual business. Grills running. Furnace smelting. Auto collector harvesting. I listed the first batch of grilled meat on the trade board and watched the crystals roll in like a slot machine that only pays out. My reputation was solid now. People literally camped my trade page waiting for fresh stock. Lin Bay's Ocean Barbecue. Now accepting crystals. No reservations needed. First come, first served. Meanwhile, the top players in chat were going crazy trying to buy copper bars. Prices climbing from 10 water bottles per bar to 20. I was sitting on a mountain of copper and iron ore, furnace cranking out bars non-stop, and I had to physically restrain myself from selling. Not yet. Not until I hit level 3. If I sell copper now and some other player upgrades before me, I'll literally cry into the ocean. Strategic patience. Business school would be proud. By evening, I treated myself to something special. E-rank Wolf King meat on the excellent grill. 15 minutes later, oh my God. Juicy, tender, bursting with flavor. After 2 days of dry bread and F-rank mystery fish, this tasted like the meal of a lifetime. Still didn't boost my stats because I'm apparently too strong for food buffs now, but who cares? This is about quality of life. Then I got a terrible, wonderful idea. I listed half a piece of E-rank grilled meat on the trade board. 10 crystals. Not because I wanted to sell it, just to taunt people. Pure evil. Maximum trolling. It sold in under 60 seconds. Someone actually paid 10 crystals for half a piece of meat. Buyer's name, Little Orange. Profile picture of a girl with pigtails. No idea who she is, but anyone dropping 10 crystals on a snack is either a hidden boss or clinically insane. Maybe both. Respect either way. Apparently somewhere out there, a little pigtail girl was chomping on my barbecue with cheeks puffed out like a hamster, eyes sparkling, having the time of her life. She followed my profile. I just gained a fan through cooking. My career path has taken some unexpected turns. After dinner, 3 full pieces of E-rank meat because my appetite has scaled with my stats like everything else in this ridiculous life. I tossed a couple pieces to Xuanwu and the crystal fish. They loved it. E-rank meat is so energy-dense that 20 or 30 pounds fills them right up. Way more efficient than 500 pounds of regular fish. Premium fuel for premium pets. Then night fell and the glowing eyes returned. Round 2. Except this time, I was twice as strong as yesterday. My water blades didn't just injure F-rank beasts anymore. They split them in half. 1 slash, 2 pieces, next target. I didn't even need my spear. The spear felt like overkill. Like bringing a cannon to a pillow fight. Xuanwu was a wrecking ball underwater, ramming through sea beasts like a bowling ball through pins. Shell bash here, bite there, entire groups wiped out in seconds. We cleared the area twice as fast as last night. Treasure chests popping up everywhere, wooden and black iron mostly, nothing fancy, but the basic resources added up. Bread, canned food, materials, crystals. My storage chests were overflowing. I noticed something interesting though. More chests than yesterday, which means resources are becoming more common for everyone. Basic food and water will get cheaper soon. Bad for selling bread and water, but good for selling things nobody else can make. Grilled meat that boosts stats, crystal clear fresh water on demand, copper bars from my exclusive furnace. Those prices will only go up as people get richer and want better stuff. Economics is alive and well in the apocalypse. The chat was arguing about me again. Some people defending me, some people calling me lucky, some insisting I'm a bug in the system. One guy said, "He's just lucky. How much stronger can he really be?" Brother, I am splitting sea monsters in half with my mind while you're arguing on fish Twitter. We are not the same. I didn't respond. Just smiled. Midnight rolled around. I counted everything up. Dozens of sea beasts killed, tons of crystals from combat, and trades combined. My energy counter ticked past the magic number like an odometer rolling over. 612 energy points. Xuanwu needs 500 to hit level 3. Over 100 points to spare. I walked to the center of the shell, stood tall under the stars, and patted my turtle's back one more time. Xuanwu. Level up, 3rd time's the charm. Let's see how big this boy can get. Xuanwu didn't just grow this time. He detonated. The shell started shaking like an earthquake on water. Not the gentle expansion I'd gotten used to. This was violent. The turtle equivalent of the Hulk ripping out of his shirt. 50 square meters. 80. 120. 160. 200. 200 square meters. That's bigger than a basketball court. My turtle is now classified as a small island. If I put up a flag, I could probably apply for statehood. The shell turned deep black gold, thick as rock, with walls that automatically grew taller around the edges. Built-in fortifications. My turtle comes with ramparts now. Medieval castle designers are rolling in their graves with jealousy. New title, Giant Spirit Mystic Turtle, Level 3. Sounds like a final boss in a video game, and he's my ride. Then the power feedback hit, and I nearly blacked out from how good it felt. My stats tripled. Constitution 32. Speed 31. Strength 32. I jumped and went 6 meters into the air. When I landed, the shell shook. I'm not a person anymore. I'm a human missile with feelings. Classification, Transcendent Mid-Rank. I don't fully know what that means, but it sounds like I could punch through a wall and apologize to the wall on the other side. Server announcement, right on schedule. Lin Bei, first to level 3. The chat had a full-blown existential crisis. It's been 3 days. He upgraded at midnight? Does this man sleep? I haven't even finished level 1. I'm numb. I feel nothing anymore. Lin Bei, are you even human? Somewhere out there, the other top players were grinding their teeth into dust. Apparently several of them were so close to level 3, just missing copper bars. The copper bars that I'm sitting on like a dragon. The copper bars I refuse to sell. Sorry not sorry. Business is war. Silver chest reward. 20 E-rank crystals. 30 copper bars. 30 iron bars. 20 medium soil. Standard care package. Absorb the crystals. 312 energy points now. Upgraded to a level 3 workbench. This one could make good stuff. Quality furniture, stone buildings, actual clothes. 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 I looked down at myself and almost gagged. 3 days. No shower. No change of clothes. Soaked in seawater, sea beast blood, sweat, fish guts, and the general stench of a man who's been living on a turtle fighting for his life. I smelled like a crime scene at a fish market. Priority 1. Bathroom. I went full architect mode. Earth control activated. Stones flying out of storage, stacking themselves with precision. Right next to the old wooden cabin, I built a proper stone house. For rooms. A bedroom with a big stone bed. A bathroom with a drainage channel leading outside. A toilet. Simple but functional. You don't appreciate plumbing until you've been peeing off the side of a turtle for 3 days. And a kitchen with a real stove and chimney. Then, and I'm genuinely proud of this engineering, I built a shower. Stacked stones above the bathroom into a small water tank. Carved a hole in the bottom. Stuck a hollow piece of wood through it as a pipe. Water comes down. Shower head. I added a plug so it doesn't run when I'm not using it. Is it janky? Yes. Would a plumber cry? Absolutely. Does it work? Beautifully. Who else in this entire survival world has a shower? Nobody. 100,000 people in this village, and I'm the only one who doesn't smell like the ocean floor. That's not just survival. That's civilization. I made clothes next. Cloth scraps and E-rank wolf fur, a gray shirt and pants. Rough texture, but sturdy. Slight waste using E-rank materials for basic clothing? Maybe. Do I care? No. I'm rich. If I don't wear Wolf King leather, what? I'm supposed to save it until it rots? I stepped into my bathroom, pulled the plug, and warm water poured over my head. 3 days of grime, blood, salt, and suffering washed off my body and flowed down the drain. I stood there for a solid minute, just breathing. This might be the greatest shower in the history of humanity. People pay thousands for spa experiences worse than this. The dirty water flowed outside through the drain. And because I'm a genius, I built a stone catch basin at the outlet. Used bathwater goes straight to the crops. Recycling. Sustainability. Even in the apocalypse, I'm going green. Clean body. Fresh clothes. New man. I walked into my kitchen on MY Turtle, grabbed some E-rank wolf meat, sliced it up, threw it in a pot with fresh water and wild onions I'd grabbed from the island. A pot of meat soup. Bubbling. Steaming. Filling the entire stone house with the most incredible aroma. I ladled myself a bowl, walked to the edge of the shell, sat down with my legs dangling, and sipped soup while watching moonlight dance on the ocean. 3 days ago, I was a broke college student who couldn't run 800 meters. Now I'm a transcendent ranked warrior with a 200-square-meter turtle fortress, a stone house with plumbing, a kitchen, a farm, a furnace, an automated resource collection system, 2 barbecue grills, a magical fruit tree, a crystal fish in a private pool, and I just took a hot shower, and I'm drinking homemade soup under the stars. I washed my bowl, cleaned up the kitchen, and walked into my new bedroom. Stone bed layered with cloth and fur. Actually comfortable. The fanciest bed in the entire ocean, population, me. Tomorrow the newbie protection ends. Sea beasts will attack freely. Every player in this world is about to face real danger for the first time. Also tomorrow, my rice is ready to harvest. I smiled and closed my eyes. Bring it on. Morning of day 3. Popped out of bed like a toast from a toaster. First order of business, more farm. Xuanwu's back is 200 square meters now, and my crops were only using 40. That's like owning a mansion and living in the closet. Unacceptable. I spread all the medium-grade soil I had across the shell. 40 square meters became 80. My turtle now has more farmland than some actual farms back home. The agricultural revolution is happening, and it's happening on a reptile. Watering time used to be my nightmare. Not anymore. I raised my hand like a wizard, activated water control, and pulled a massive water ball out of the fish pond. Bigger than my head. Crystal clear. Beautiful. Then I flicked my wrist, and it exploded into a perfect mist that rained down evenly on every single plant. Not a drop wasted. Precision irrigation. I'm basically a walking sprinkler system with abs. The tomatoes, potatoes, and watermelons were all sprouting nicely. Little green babies reaching for the sun. Adorable. But the rice. Oh, the rice was ready. Golden stalks bowing under the weight of fat grain clusters. Beautiful. Poetic. I almost shed a tear. 3 days ago, I was eating dry crackers and questioning my existence. Now I'm harvesting my own rice on the back of a turtle. Then I noticed something. 4 of my 10 rice plots looked different. Brighter gold. Bigger grains. A faint glow. My farming master talent triggered. Mutation. For plots of rice mutated to E-rank quality with special properties. 30% chance, and I hit it on 4 out of 10. The gacha gods are finally being kind. I walked over to the light-winged tree next, just to admire it. 2 meters tall now, white bark glowing softly, leaves thick and lush. I reached out and touched the trunk. The beast taming system popped up. Contractable plant detected, light-winged tree. Contract, I blinked 3 times. Plants count as beasts. The beast in beast taming is apparently more of a suggestion than a rule. At this point, I could probably contract a rock, and the system would be like, sure, why not? I hit yes before the universe changed its mind. Golden light wrapped around the tree. Branches trembled. Leaves rustled. Then the system delivered the most beautiful words I've ever read. Growth domain. All crops within a 10-meter radius grow 50% faster. 50% in a 10-meter circle. Stack that with my farming master's 100% boost and the medium soil's 20% boost, and my crops grow at 170% bonus speed. What takes normal people 5 days takes me less than 2. I'm not farming anymore. I'm speedrunning agriculture. Oh, and the tree immediately produced a batch of 10 light fruits, upgraded versions of the healing fruits. Plus it'll keep producing every 3 days. I have a fruit factory growing on my turtle. I bit into one. Crispy, sweet, juicy, delicious. Zero stat effect on me because my attributes are over 30 and E-rank fruit is like giving a vitamin to Superman. Absolutely pointless for me. But for other people? Nuclear. I listed 5 on the trade board. 10 F-rank crystals each. Then I dropped one casual message in chat. New product. Limited stock. First come, first served. Guess who bought the first one? Little Orange. My #1 customer. My most loyal fan. This girl has a radar for my listings. She probably has notifications turned on and a finger hovering over the buy button at all times. And then she did something incredible. She posted in chat. I ate one and my constitution went up 0.5. From 3.1 to 3.6. Lin Bei's stuff is insane. She just became my unpaid marketing department. The chat detonated. 0.5? I spent 2 days killing monsters and only gained 0.3. Where do I buy? They're gone already? I just saw the post. All 5 fruits sold out in about 15 seconds. People were begging for more. Offering double price. Triple. Sending me messages with increasing desperation. I dropped one more message. More products coming soon. Hit follow to stay updated. My follower count shot up like a rocket. I'm not just a farmer or a barbecue chef anymore. I'm a brand. Lin Bei's Organic Ocean Produce. Farm to turtle freshness. Accept no substitutes. Then I reorganized my entire farm layout. Light-wing tree in the center. All crop plots arranged in a circle around it, so every plant sits inside the 10-meter growth domain. Maximum efficiency. Agricultural feng shui. I looked at my rice. With the new growth domain stacking on top of everything else, the remaining hours before harvest just got even shorter. About an hour to go. Wait. Harvest? With what? I'd been so busy being a genius farmer that I forgot to get farming tools. No sickle. No bucket. Nothing. What kind of farmer doesn't own a sickle? I panic-searched the trade board. Hoe, sickle, large wooden barrel. All available and cheap because literally nobody else in this world is farming. I'm the only customer in the agriculture section. It's like walking into a store where everything is on clearance because the entire market has one buyer. Me. A few bottles of water later, I had a full tool set. Sickle for cutting, large barrel for storage. 5 wood to make. Holds a cubic meter of stuff. Very practical. And the crown jewel, a stone mill. Someone had actually found a stone mill blueprint and was selling it for 5 bottles of water. 5. They probably thought it was useless because who's doing grain processing in the middle of the ocean? Me. I'm doing grain processing. In the middle of the ocean. On a turtle. I bought it instantly. That seller has no idea they just gave away a priceless piece of my rice-to-food pipeline for the price of a fancy coffee. Rice field almost ready. Sickle sharpened. Barrel waiting. Stone mill standing by. In about an hour, I'm going to harvest, thresh, mill, and cook my first bowl of rice. 3 days ago, will I survive? Today, should I make fried rice or congee? Growth is real, people. The water market crashed, and it was my fault. Beautiful. 3 days in, people weren't desperate anymore. They had food. They had some water. Nobody was panic buying. My standard deal, 500 milliliters for 1 crystal, was sitting on the trade board like a forgotten sandwich. Nobody biting. So I did what any reasonable monopolist would do. I slashed prices. 1 full liter for 1 crystal. Double the water, same price. Basically a clearance sale at Lin Bei's Ocean Walmart. The regular players loved it. Lin Bei is a saint. Finally, someone who isn't trying to rob us. But the water scalpers? The guys who'd been buying cheap and selling high? I just drove a truck through their entire business model. Their profit margins didn't just shrink, they evaporated. Like water. Ironic. My inbox filled up with angry messages faster than my furnace fills with smoke. Change the price back. We have numbers. Don't make us come find you. I read every single threatening message, leaned back, and typed one word. Come. 3 seconds of silence. Then I added, please. I'm begging you to try something. I need the entertainment. Inbox went quiet. Funny how that works. Everyone's a tough guy until they remember the other person has 30-point stats and a battle turtle the size of a basketball court. But these clowns weren't done. They couldn't fight me, so they tried something even more pathetic, propaganda. Started posting in chat about how I'm pretending to be generous and monopolizing the market. Classic move. Can't beat them? Slander them. Some people bought it. Most didn't. I didn't care either way because my rice was ready. I squatted at the edge of my field and squeezed a stalk. Heavy. Golden. Perfect. Sickle out. One clean swing. First harvest of the apocalypse. 6 normal plots gave regular white rice. Good for eating, nothing special. But those 4 mutated plots? The grains were dark red, almost glowing, like each one had a tiny heartbeat. E-rank blood rice. Boosts constitution and strength. I dumped the grain into my stone mill and started grinding. The crunch of husks splitting open, white rice with blood-red veins tumbling out, it was oddly satisfying. Farming is addictive. Who knew? I went from guy who killed his only houseplant to guy who gets emotional about grain quality in 3 days. Lunchtime. I bought a pot for 3 bottles of water, the cheapest purchase of my career. Then I went shopping for seasonings. Found one seller with a full spice collection. Salt, chili, pepper, garlic, everything. Messaged him. His reply, "Oh, Lin Bei? 50 crystals for the set, 50. He saw my name and tried to scalp me. Brother, I am the biggest trader in this village. You think I don't know what things cost? I closed the chat, found 3 other sellers, bought salt for 1 water, chili for 2 waters, got free garlic as a bonus. Fair prices. Done. Then I blocked Mr. 50 Crystals. He apparently tried to message me again and discovered the wall. I hope the realization stung. You tried to scam the wrong farmer. Back in my kitchen with MY stove in MY stone house. I lit the fire, poured in water, and cooked rice for the first time since arriving in this world. The smell that came out of that pot. I stood there inhaling like a lunatic. White rice steaming, E-rank grilled meat on the side, fresh wild onions scattered on top. A real meal. With carbs. With seasoning. I sat down, picked up my chopsticks, and nearly cried into my bowl. For 3 days I'd been eating dry bread, canned garbage, and unseasoned barbecue. This was the first meal that felt like food. Real, actual, sit down and enjoy food. No rice, no meal. That's my philosophy. Everything else is just snacking. Halfway through eating, I froze. Something nagging at the back of my brain. What did I forget? Copper bars. I was supposed to sell copper after upgrading. I fell asleep and forgot. Whoops. I threw them on the trade board. 20 F-rank crystals per bar, or 2 E-rank. Expensive? Yes. But I'm the only supplier, and everyone in the top tier needs them to upgrade. The first-tier players nearly fell off their rafts scrambling to buy. Finally, take my crystals. Expensive, but I need it. Sold out instantly. Then I listed blood rice. 10 crystals per serving. Gone in seconds. Light fruits. Gone. Healing fruits. Gone. First buyer every single time. Little orange. This girl has reflexes like a professional gamer. She's either glued to the trade screen or she's developed precognitive abilities specifically for buying my products. At this point, she's not a customer. She's a subscriber. The scalpers in chat watched my transaction log scroll by and went silent. Every sale was another nail in their credibility coffin. Lin Bei products sell themselves. No marketing needed. My reputation is worth more than their entire inventories combined. Crystals poured in. Hundreds of them. My energy reserves swelled back up like a river after rain. But I knew this was a spike, not a steady income. To keep farming crystals from players, I need to keep producing things they can't get anywhere else. Grilled meat, special fruits, blood rice, copper bars. The assembly line can't stop. Problem: seeds. The system seeds don't reproduce. Once planted, they're gone. I need to keep buying more from the trade market to maintain my crop cycle. It's like a subscription service, but I'm paying for the raw materials. Also problem: I have 80 square meters of farmland and only half is planted. The rest is empty dirt begging for seeds. My afternoon schedule is packed by seeds, plant seeds, water seeds, maintain grills, run furnace, collect resources. This survival game has turned into a full-time job. I'm working harder than I ever did at my old life. At least in the real world, I got weekends off. Here, my boss is a turtle and my coworkers are a fish and a tree. I need employees. Badly. But where do you hire farmhands in the middle of the ocean? Meanwhile, the top players finally got their copper and upgraded to level 3. Good for them. They're catching up. That's fine. Let them catch up to where I was. By the time they get there, I'll already be somewhere else. Someone in chat posted a screenshot of level 4 upgrade requirements, and I nearly choked on my rice. 1,000 wood, 800 plastic, 600 cloth, 300 iron nails, 150 iron bars, 80 copper bars, 30 glass, 50 iron plates, and something called a primary energy engine, which nobody has ever seen. The chat had a collective funeral. People were mourning their future progress in real time. I'll never get there. This is impossible. I'm going to die at level 3. Then someone posted screenshots of their shiny new level 3 boat. 30-something square meters. A nice cabin. A level 3 workbench. Everyone was drooling with jealousy. It's bigger than my apartment. I'm still on a wooden raft. I looked down at my 200 square meters. My stone house with 4 rooms. My 80 square meters of farmland. My magical fruit tree. My fish pond. My furnace. My 2 barbecue grills. My auto collector. I kept my mouth shut. Some things are better left unsaid. Being too flashy gets you stabbed. Even on the internet. Especially on the internet. The clock was ticking. Newbie protection ending in hours. Everyone could feel it. The entire village was in panic shopping mode. Anything that boosts stats, any weapon, any defense, flying off the shelves. My grills were running nonstop. F-rank barbecue selling like concert tickets. I checked the village population, 99,512 out of 100,000. Only about 500 dead in 3 days, mostly from doing dumb stuff. Not terrible. But tonight, after protection ends, nobody knew what was coming. I had dinner. Rice, E-rank grilled meat, chili powder, wild onions, the works, and was about to get back to grinding when the system dropped a bomb. Treasure chest event activated. Special chests spawning everywhere with defense building blueprints. Arrow towers, ship spikes, hull armor. The system was basically screaming, "You're going to need these. Prepare yourselves." Subtle. I climbed onto Xuanwu's head and looked out. The ocean was sparkling with treasure chests like someone had scattered Christmas presents across the water. Black iron here, bronze there, shimmering in the fading light. Xuanwu. Shopping spree. We charged. Night fell. The ocean turned black. But my turtle was glowing. The light-winged tree was shining like a lantern, soft golden light illuminating everything around us. Very pretty. Very atmospheric. Very, come eat me, to every sea beast within a mile. Glowing eyes rose from the deep. Dozens of them. Then hundreds. The light was a beacon and every monster in the neighborhood got the invitation. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. I stood on Xuanwu's head, waterblade left hand, earth chunk right hand, and went to work. 1 slash per kill. The F-rank beasts couldn't even get close. Xuanwu was doing his usual below, head-butting fish into oblivion, biting things in half, generally being a 200 square meter wrecking ball. Then I noticed some of the glowing eyes were bigger, brighter. E-rank beasts starting to show up. My reaction? Finally, something worth more than 1 crystal, 1 waterblade. Dead. E-rank crystal, 60 pounds of premium meat. Next. E-rank beasts are XP pinatas to me now. My stats are over 30. They're like sending a house cat to fight a tank. After an hour of carnage, I'd collected 5 black iron chests and 2 bronze chests. Cracked them all open. Crystals, meat, materials, and some small defense buildings, an arrow tower, ship spikes, hull armor. I looked at my hull, then looked at my 200 square meter turtle. These tiny defenses would cover maybe 5% of my perimeter. It's like putting a single lock on one window of a mansion. Barely a speed bump. For the first time in my life, I thought, Xuanwu might be too big. Never thought I'd complain about having too much space. Rich people problems. By 10 o'clock, the village population had dropped by a few hundred more. People were getting hurt out there chasing chests and fighting beasts they couldn't handle. The chat was full of desperate cries. Does anyone have healing items? I'm bleeding and it won't stop. I'll pay anything. And all those players who bought my light fruits and healing fruits this morning? Sitting pretty. 1 fruit could save a life out here. People who thought 10 crystals was expensive this morning were now offering 50 for something that was already sold out. My tree only fruits every 3 days. I'd sold everything already. Empty shelves. Sorry folks. Restock on Tuesday. I did something unusual though. I kept my prices steady. No gouging. Even dumped cheap basic materials onto the market for the little guys who hadn't upgraded yet. Sold wood and plastic at bargain rates. Not because I'm a saint. Because those people are my future customers. If they die tonight, who's buying my barbecue tomorrow? Who's trading me crystals next week? Dead players don't shop. Keeping them alive is an investment. This is long-term business strategy, not charity. But if people want to call me generous, I won't correct them. The light-winged tree glowed behind me like a night light as I rode Xuanwu's head through the dark water, eyes scanning for more chests. More chests. More monsters. More crystals. The newbie phase is almost over. Whatever's coming next, I'll face it with a belly full of rice, a turtle full of farm, and more combat experience than anyone else in this village. Keep going, Xuanwu. 10:30 at night, and the chat was having a full-blown debate about whether I'd get a server announcement today. Where's Lin Bei's daily headline? Maybe he's taking a day off? Lin Bei? Rest? The man doesn't know the word. Maybe he finally lost. I bet 1 crystal he drops an announcement tonight. I bet 2 he doesn't. People were literally gambling on my daily activities. I've become a spectator sport. The Lin Bei Show, broadcasting live from a turtle near you. I had no idea any of this was happening because I was staring at something way more interesting. A silver treasure chest, glowing on the water, and standing next to it. Not a fish, not a wolf, not some blob. A humanoid creature. Gray-blue skin, wearing rusty scale armor, holding a corroded trident. Its head was a fish face with bulging eyes and a mouth full of nightmare teeth. D-rank sea beast, fishman warrior. Possesses intelligence. Skilled with weapons, D-rank. First one I'd ever seen. A monster that can think and fight with proper technique. This wasn't some dumb fish floating around waiting to get stabbed. This was a warrior. I took a breath. No rushing in this time. We stared at each other across 20 meters of ocean. The fishman's bulging eyes had 3 emotions in them: caution, threat, and greed. He looked at my turtle, my stuff, my everything, and you could practically see the dollar signs in those ugly fish eyeballs. He pointed his trident at me and charged across the water surface. Insanely fast. Water exploding under his feet like a movie scene. I didn't retreat. Instead, I jumped off Xuanwu's back, froze the sea beneath my feet into a solid platform with water control, and ran toward him. That's right. I can walk on water now. Just casually. No big deal. Totally normal Tuesday night activity. First exchange. We both hit. Both bounced back several meters. I ran the numbers in my head. His stats were probably around 20. Stronger than I was at level 2. Would demolish any normal player. But my stats are all above 30. I had the advantage. But I didn't want to just win. I wanted to learn. Every fight before this had been, stab the dumb fish, collect crystal. This was the first enemy that could actually fight. Block, dodge, counter, feint. This fishman had actual combat skills. For the first time, I had a sparring partner. So I took my time. Water shield to block his trident thrusts. Water blade to counter. Earth chunks from blind angles. I started experimenting with combos. Fake left with a water blade, force him to guard, then slam an earth block into his ribs from the side. The fishman staggered. I closed the gap and punched him square in the chest. He flew backward, roaring in fishy rage. I shook out my fist. Good feedback. Solid hit. 8 out of 10. We went back and forth for 15 minutes. Him getting angrier, me getting smoother. By the end, I was flowing between attacks like I'd been doing this for years. Water blade, earth block, dodge, counter, water shield, advance. It was almost like a dance. A very violent, wet, fishy dance. The killing blow? I faked with a water blade. He raised his trident to block, and I launched an earth boulder straight into his skull. Lights out. The chat, which had been smugly celebrating my quiet night, got the notification at exactly 11 p.m. Lin Bei, first D-rank, Sea Beast kill. Reward, talent upgrade stone. The eruption in chat was magnificent. I knew it. He was just fashionably late. Who said there'd be no announcement? Your face must hurt right now. 11 p.m. on the dot. This man has theatrical timing. What's a talent upgrade stone? Never heard of it. The people who bet against me? Paying up in shame. The people who bet for me? Collecting with the smugness of a casino winner. I stood over the fishman's body, breathing hard. 15 minutes of real combat is exhausting, even with 30-point stats. But the loot was gorgeous. 1 D-rank crystal, deep purple, glowing with power. 100 pounds of D-rank meat. And the fishman's trident. A proper D-rank weapon. My wooden spear just got sent to retirement. Then I used the talent upgrade stone. Farming master, level 1, level 2. Growth speed bonus went from 100% to 120%. Mutation chance went from 30% to 40%. My crops now grow more than twice as fast, and almost half of them mutate into special varieties. The farming empire just got a software update. Finally, the silver chest. I popped it open like Christmas morning. A D-rank energy attack tower blueprint, 20-meter range, auto-targeting, powered by crystals. An actual turret for my turtle fortress. 5 contract scrolls for binding creatures to permanent loyalty. 5 D-rank crystals. 20 iron plates. 10 precision components. I absorbed every crystal I had from the entire Knight's Hall. F rank, E rank, D rank. All of it went into the tank. Energy, 814. Xuanwu needs 2,000 for level 4. Getting closer. But looking at my defensive hall, 8 buildings total, mostly small fry, I felt a twinge of worry. My turtle is 200 square meters. These tiny arrow towers and spike strips are like putting band-aids on a football field. Not enough coverage. Not nearly enough. And if MY defenses feel thin, what about the regular players? They're 30 square meter boats with maybe 1 or 2 little arrow towers. They're my customers. Every player who dies is a crystal I'll never earn. Every dead person is a lost subscriber to Lin Bei's Ocean Marketplace. Their survival is literally my business model. The treasure chest event ended. The system's parting message was cheerful as always. Look forward to the first challenge. Look forward to it? That's like a dentist saying, look forward to your root canal. Whatever's coming. It's coming soon. Time to turn my turtle into a military base. I laid out all my defense blueprints like a general planning a war. D-rank energy tower in the center. A metal pillar with a glowing purple orb on top that looked like something from a sci-fi movie. 4 F-rank arrow towers along the stone walls. 2 E-rank ballistic cannons. 1 pointing forward, 1 guarding Xuanwu's butt. Because even turtles need rear protection, I loaded every building with crystals. They started glowing, humming, ready to kill. My turtle went from mobile farm to floating aircraft carrier. The whole shell was twinkling with weapon lights like a Christmas tree that could murder you. Expensive though. These things eat crystals just by existing. The energy tower alone costs 5 crystals a day just to stay turned on. I'm hemorrhaging money in my sleep. Military spending is real, even in the apocalypse. Everyone else was building defenses too. Tiny arrow towers on tiny rafts. Spike walls around little boats. It was adorable and terrifying at the same time. Then the clock struck midnight. Congratulations on surviving the newbie phase. New challenge. Sea beast raids. Permanent. No more protection. Ever. Good luck. Also, leaderboard activated. A ranking popped up in front of every single player. Number 1. Lin Bei. Level 3. Score, 1,520. Number 2 had 980 points. I wasn't just winning. I was winning by half again as much as second place. The gap was so wide you could park Xuanwu in it. And there at number 10, Little Orange. Level 2. Score 420. My most loyal customer made the top 10. Who I asked this girl? The chat briefly celebrated the leaderboard before reality punched everyone in the mouth. The ocean erupted. Glowing eyes. Everywhere. More than any night before. A tsunami of monsters rising from the deep. And this time, they weren't just floating around waiting to be harvested. They were attacking. Somewhere in the distance, a wooden raft exploded. A massive fish smashed straight through it. The player on top didn't even have time to scream before being dragged underwater. Blood bloomed on the surface like a horrible flower. This wasn't a scene. This was happening thousands of times simultaneously. In the first hour, over 6,000 people died. The village population crashed from 99,000-something to 91,222. 6,000 people gone. More than the entire 3-day newbie period combined. In 1 hour. The chat was chaos. Screaming. Begging. Coordinates flying everywhere. People calling for help that would never come because their neighbors were fighting for their own lives. Players below level 2? Annihilated. Their tiny rafts crumbled like crackers. Those who never upgraded, never prepared, never stockpiled, gone. The ocean swallowed them without a sound. Level 2 and above mostly survived. Defense buildings helped. Some players actually fought back and discovered the pattern. Kill enough of the wave and the rest retreat. It's not endless. It's a test. Pass it and you get a breather. My turn came. 15 ugly monster fish charged at Xuanwu from below. The energy tower's orb spun once and fired a purple beam. Lead fish, dead. Instant. Arrow towers opened up. arrows whizzing through the air like angry bees. The ballista boomed, and a single shot punched through 2 fish at once. I didn't even lift a finger. The remaining fish took one look at the light show happening on my turtle and fled. Smartest decision of their short, ugly lives. First wave, handled in about 15 seconds. I barely moved from my leaning position against the tower. But then I did the math on crystal consumption and immediately switched everything except the arrow towers to standby mode. The big guns are, break glass in case of emergency, only. I can't afford to run this military operation 24/7. The defense budget would bankrupt me by Thursday. While the world burned around me, I posted one message in chat. Buying all types of seeds. Special varieties welcome. DM me. In the middle of the apocalypse, while people were literally dying, Lin Bei was. Seed shopping. The chat couldn't decide if I was insane or inspirational. Private messages flooded in. Wheat seeds here, chili seeds there, all kinds of basic crops. I was buying everything like a farmer at a market on Saturday morning. Then a familiar name popped up. Little Orange. I have seeds. What kind? Hee guess? I'm sorry, did you just hee guess me? In the middle of a monster apocalypse? This girl has the survival instincts of a golden retriever, and I kind of respect it. Before I could respond, she dumped her inventory on me. F-rank golden wheat seeds. F-rank green vegetables. E-rank fire chili peppers. And I had to read this 3 times. D-rank meat mushrooms. D-rank seeds. She casually had the rarest agricultural items I'd ever seen, including a mushroom that apparently grows meat. A plant that produces meat. If that's real, I could feed Xuanwu with farming instead of hunting. I stared at her inventory list the way normal people stare at winning lottery tickets. Who is this girl? She's level 2, 10th on the leaderboard, drops 10 crystals on barbecue without blinking, and has seeds that would make professional farmers weep. She's either the luckiest person alive or she's running a cheat code that makes mine look basic. And she calls me Big Boss, while sitting on a collection that could change my entire game. Little Orange, you terrifying mystery child, what are you? Little Orange's seed collection made my jaw hit the turtle shell. Golden wheat, green vegetables, fire chili peppers, and the crown jewel, D-rank meat mushrooms. A fungus that grows meat. If I can farm meat, I can feed Xuanwu without hunting. That's not a seed. That's a retirement plan. Where did you get all this? I asked. Treasure chests. Treasure chests don't give this much. I'm just lucky. Lucky. Just lucky. Sure. And I'm just standing on a 200 square meter battle turtle. We're all just things in this world. I needed those seeds like I needed oxygen. But I'm not paying full price when I have leverage. Time to negotiate. What do you want for them? Grilled meat. E-rank. The yummy kind. This girl's entire economic philosophy is trade everything for delicious food. She's not a survivor. She's a foodie who accidentally got ice-guyed. E-rank is running low, I typed. But IDO have D-rank meat. Fresh. 10 times better than E-rank. 5 seconds of silence. I want it. D-rank is expensive. I have crystals. Don't want crystals. Then what? I screenshot her seed list and sent it back. All of these. For 20 pieces of D-rank grilled meat. You're a robber. I closed the chat and started counting. 1, 2. THR. Wait. Deal. I'll trade. 3 seconds. New personal record. Negotiation is an art form, and I am Picasso. But, I added, you have to tell me why your luck is so insane. She hesitated. Then sent me a screenshot of her player panel. S-rank talent. Blessing of the Goddess of Fortune. Massively increased probability of high-quality items from treasure chests. Massively increased rare drop rates in combat. I almost dropped my trident into the ocean. S-rank. Luck. Talent. She doesn't just get better loot. The universe literally bends probability for her. Every chest she opens is rigged in her favor. Every monster she kills drops premium stuff. She's walking around with loaded dice sewn into her DNA. And here I was thinking MY talents were overpowered. This girl's talent makes the gacha system her personal ATM. She's not playing the same game as the rest of us. She's playing on easy mode with a cheat code that the developers intended. No wonder she has D-rank seeds on day 3. No wonder she always has crystals to burn. No wonder she snipes everything I list before anyone else can blink. She probably found 10 treasure chests while brushing her teeth this morning. I took a deep breath and filed away a very important mental note. Never underestimate other players. I've been strutting around thinking I'm the main character, but this girl with pigtails and a stomach the size of a hamster is sitting on a gold mine made of pure probability manipulation. Humbling? A little. Useful? Extremely. A trading partner who opens better loot than everyone else. That's a supply chain. 20 D-rank grilled meats went out. All the seeds came back. Fair trade. Maybe I overcharged slightly. Okay, definitely. But she got premium barbecue, and I got the agricultural future of my turtle empire. Everyone wins. I planted everything. Golden wheat, green veggies, fire chilies, meat mushrooms. Every single seed went into the ground across my 80 square meters. The rare ones got prime spots near the light wing tree for maximum growth bonus. Regular seeds from other traders filled the gaps. By 2 a.m., every plot was planted and watered. I showered, collapsed into bed, and passed out instantly. Morning brought chaos. The chat discovered that everyone's personal info now showed coordinates. Actual map positions. You could find anyone. Some idiot immediately posted his own coordinates. Hey look, I'm at. Delete that, you moron. People can find you now. Coordinates meant players could meet in person. Form groups. Trade face-to-face. Also, hunt each other. Rob each other. The ocean just got a lot more social, and not necessarily in a good way. Then the server announcement hit, and for once, it wasn't me. Player LinMO has established the first player organization, Soaring Cloud Pavilion. LinMO ranked 3rd on the leaderboard. He'd found a guild contract from a silver chest and used it to create an actual faction. Already recruiting. Already organizing. He even messaged the chat directly. Lin Bei, wanna join? I'll make you vice leader. I didn't reply. Vice leader? Under someone ranked below me? That's like asking a CEO to be an intern. People were going crazy forming groups. Guilds, alliances, merchant associations, mutual aid societies. Everyone wanted to team up. My inbox exploded with people begging to join me, serve me, follow me, worship me. I ignored all of them. I'm not running a guild. I'm running a farm. Maybe someday I'll recruit a few trustworthy people, but today is not that day. I looked at my turtle and decided it deserved a proper name. Xuanwu City. One day, it won't be a joke. One day this will be an actual city. Then my energy tower lit up and blasted a fish off the edge of the shell. I looked out at the ocean. Glowing eyes. Lots of them. Way more than last night's midnight attack. And these weren't just F-rank pests. E-rank beasts were charging in, actively attacking. The sea beasts were getting stronger, evolving alongside the players. Last night's midnight wave was the appetizer. This was the main course. And it was only going to get worse. For players who were still on level 1 rafts, who hadn't stockpiled food, hadn't built defenses, hadn't upgraded. This was a death sentence being delivered in real time. I gripped my Fishman trident and stood up. My customers are under attack. My market is shrinking. Every dead player is a crystal I'll never earn and a mouth that'll never buy my barbecue. Time to go to work. The death counter was ticking like a broken clock. 90,813 players left. Hundreds dying every hour. The chat was a funeral home with Wi-Fi. Is there any hope? I can't take this anymore. Someone save us. Sad? Yes. But I had vegetables to harvest. My crops were ready. All of them. At the same time. Christmas morning for farmers. Watermelons. Fat. Round. Beautiful. Sitting on their vines like green bowling balls. Tomatoes so red they looked photoshopped. Potatoes literally punching through the soil, trying to escape. And half of them were mutated. My upgraded farming master talent bumped mutation chance to 40%, and it was delivering like Amazon Prime. 20 blood pattern watermelons, E-rank, boosts constitution. 30 burst tomatoes, E-rank, boosts strength. 20 earthquake potatoes, E-rank, boosts speed. 70 mutant vegetables. 70 little stat-boosting miracles that nobody else on this entire ocean can produce. But then, in the corner of my field, one watermelon that made the others look like amateurs. Golden skin, glowing patterns, radiating main character energy. D-rank golden pattern melon. Medium constitution boost. My first D-rank crop ever. The talent upgrade didn't just increase mutation rates, it increased mutation quality. My farm isn't just producing food anymore. It's producing power UPS. I listed everything on the trade board. 10 crystals per mutant fruit or vegetable. No more trial pricing. No more discounts. The brand is established. Linbei products sell themselves. Expensive, someone complained. I bought 3 and all my stats went up, someone else replied. Shut up and take my crystals, 70 items. Sold out in 10 minutes. Crystals flooding in like a broken dam. I was absorbing them as fast as they arrived, energy counter spinning like a gas pump. Then something unexpected happened. People started asking for the normal stuff. Any regular watermelon? I just want to eat a tomato. I don't care about stats. Can I buy a plain potato? Please. It hit me like a truck. These people haven't eaten a fruit or vegetable in 4 days. They've been living on bread, canned meat, and despair. A regular watermelon isn't food to them. It's a luxury experience. It's the apocalypse equivalent of fine dining. I listed everything. Regular watermelon, 2 crystals. Regular tomato, 2 crystals. Regular potato, 2 crystals. Gone. Instantly. People bought potatoes like they were buying diamonds. I'm not just the barbecue king anymore. I'm the entire grocery store. The only supermarket in an ocean of 100,000 people, and my shelves are the only ones with produce. While I was counting my profits, Little Orange pinged me. Again. Of course. Do you have watermelon left? I have something good to trade. What kind of good? A special plant. Thorn vine. You plant it around your boat, and it hurts sea beasts that touch it. A defense plant? Something that grows along my walls and damages anything that tries to climb up? That's not a plant. That's a living security system. I'm out of E-rank watermelon, I told her. But I have 1 D-rank golden melon. Yes. I want it. 10 E-rank crystals plus the thorn vine. Deal. I could have charged more. I know I could have charged more. She would have paid anything for D-rank fruit. The girl's entire personality is, we'll trade strategic resources for delicious food. But she's my best customer, my most reliable supplier, and honestly, her enthusiasm is kind of endearing. You don't squeeze your golden goose. You feed it watermelon and let it keep laying golden eggs. Trade complete. I took the thorn vine seed to the edge of Xuanwu's shell, dug a hole, planted it, watered it. The sprout burst through the soil immediately. Green tendrils started climbing up the stone walls like living barbed wire, growing so fast I could watch it in real time. Thorny, aggressive, beautiful. And right on cue, the bee's taming system popped up. Contractable plant detected. Thorn vine. Contract, I grinned. Ever since contracting the light-winged tree, I'd been waiting for this. On Xuanwu's back, plants might actually be more useful than animals. The tree boosts my farm. This vine could protect my walls. Every contract makes the whole system stronger. Regular players tame wolves and fish. I tame agriculture. Contract. Confirmed. 60 energy points to upgrade the thorn vine? That's pocket change. I have 1,847 points. That's like asking a billionaire if he can afford a sandwich. Upgraded. Immediately, the vine exploded with growth. Green tendrils shot across the stone walls like they were late for work. Thorns everywhere. And these weird flower buds popped up along the length, fist-sized, fat, and angry-looking. Oh, and it can shoot now. The buds launch seed projectiles. Like biological cannons built into my garden wall. I tested it. One bud opened its flowery little mouth and spat a green seed 10 meters out over the ocean. Hit the water like a bullet. My wall has guns. But wait. The contract feedback gave me something even crazier. Wood attribute control can manipulate plants. I raised my hand toward a tomato plant. The stem straightened up like a soldier at attention. I made a plucking motion. A ripe tomato flew off the vine and landed in my palm. I just became a Jedi. For vegetables. No more bending over. No more sickles. No more tools. I can harvest my entire farm by waving my hands like a wizard conducting an orchestra. Farming speedrun. Unlocked. I bit into the flying tomato. Juicy. Delicious. Harvested by telekinesis. Peak living. 200 more points for level 3. Done. Didn't even hesitate. The vine went berserk. It covered the entire perimeter of Xuanwu's shell. Every inch of stone wall disappeared under a carpet of thorny green death. Flower buds every half meter, lined up like soldiers on a fortress wall. The system upgraded it to Spore Thorn Vine, level 3, capable of repelling E-rank sea beasts. My turtle is now wrapped in a living barbed wire fence that shoots things. From the outside, Xuanwu looks like a floating jungle fortress. Any sea beast stupid enough to touch my walls gets stabbed, slowed, and pelted with seed bullets simultaneously. Come at me, ocean. I dare you. Energy down to 1,587. Still plenty for Xuanwu's upgrade. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Around noon I noticed something weird. It was hot. Like, noticeably hotter than before. I checked the system, 34 degrees Celsius, up from the usual 28 to 29. The weather was changing. Filed that under, problems for future Lin Bei. I sat under the light-winged tree. Nice shade, very pastoral. And cracked open my personal D-rank golden melon. Cut it in half. Bit into it. Heavenly. The sweetest, juiciest watermelon I've ever tasted. If regular watermelon is a 7 out of 10, this was a 47. My taste buds held a parade. Stats went up 0.1 constitution. Doesn't sound like much, but at my level, above 32, gaining anything is like squeezing water from a stone. For a regular player, though, this melon would be transformative. I listed the other half on the trade board. 3 E-rank crystals. Gone in a nanosecond. And for once, it wasn't Little Orange who got it. Some stranger beat her to the punch. She must have blinked at the wrong moment. Her streak was broken. The buyer posted in chat. My constitution went from 7.1 to 8.3, plus 1.2 from half a watermelon. The chat had a seizure. 1.2. I've been grinding for days and gained 0.5. LINBEI's products are illegal. Sell more. I'll pay 10 E-rank crystals. I had one more golden melon. I was keeping it. For me. Sometimes you gotta treat yourself. Sorry, sold out. Rare item. The wailing in chat could have been heard across oceans. Then a weird private message appeared from an unknown player. Lin Bei, watch out for Ocean Drifter. What do you mean? No reply. They went offline. Ocean Drifter. Ranked second on the leaderboard. The Iron Bar Island guy. I'd traded with him multiple times. I pulled up his recent activity. He'd formed a gang. Called it Tide Gang. His recruitment post read like a pirate manifesto. Join me, we eat well. Players with good stuff are our targets. Might makes right. Then I found a leaked screenshot of a message he'd sent to one of his goons. Track Lin Bei's movements. He hasn't formed a faction yet. Now is our best chance. Once we find his coordinates, we strike. I suspect he has a powerful special talent. Take him down, and we hit the jackpot. I read that 3 times. Then I laughed. This man, this second place, iron selling, island camping man thinks he can rob me? The guy with 32-point stats, a 200 square meter battle turtle wrapped in living barbed wire, an energy cannon, 2 ballistas for arrow towers, water blades, earth control, plant manipulation, and a water shield? Please, please come find me. I will turn your entire gang into fish food and then sell barbecue made from whatever sea beasts eat your remains. I saved the screenshot, said nothing publicly, and went back to work. Then I spotted it on the horizon. Another black shape, bigger than the first island. Much bigger. A new island. More resources. More ore. More soil. More everything. I patted Xuanwu's shell. Full speed ahead, buddy. Second island trip. This time, I'm bringing a shopping list and an attitude. New island spotted. Bigger than the last one. 2 to 3 times the size. Flat terrain, easy pickings. A dozen sea beasts lounging on the beach like tourists at a resort. F-rank wolves. E-rank razor fish. 2 D-rank rock giants. Big, slow, covered in stone bumps like living boulders with anger issues. I told Xuanwu to stay behind and vacuum up sand and soil while I handled business. Jumped off the turtle, froze the ocean under my feet, casual ice walking, just another Tuesday, and sprinted toward the beach like an action movie protagonist. The welcoming committee tried to eat me. Bad decision. First wolf. Trident through the neck. Second and third, water blade, dirt chunk. Next, the 2 D-rank giants charged in with all their rocky glory. I stabbed one in the eye and water bladed the other's throat. Few minutes later, the beach looked like a monster graveyard. 15 kills, piles of crystals and meat. I started stripping the island of every useful resource like a professional looter. Then Xuanwu sent me a mental SOS. Intruders. I sprinted back to find 3 level 2 sailboats parked next to my turtle. These geniuses had looked at a 200 square meter fortress turtle with walls, towers, and a glowing tree, and thought, cool uninhabited island. Let's explore. They climbed over the walls. The thorn vine was waiting. Green tendrils shot out like snakes, wrapped around their ankles, and drove thorns into their flesh. 3 grown men screaming like they'd stepped on Legos. The rest of their crew froze on the boats, too scared to move. I jumped onto the wall and looked down at them like a disappointed landlord. Who invited you? The leader looked up, realized this island had an owner, and his face went through 5 stages of grief in 2 seconds. This is a vehicle? Yeah, buddy. This is my house. You just broke into my house. Which is also a turtle. Which is also a military base. The thorn vine tossed all 3 of them over the wall like bouncers ejecting drunk customers. Did they leave? Did they apologize? Did they make the intelligent decision? No. The leader shot a crossbow bolt at my face. I dodged it like it was moving in slow motion, because relative to my 32-point speed, it basically was, and water-bladed his shoulder open. Blood everywhere. Attack, he screamed. All 3 opened fire. Arrows, spears, the works. These guys were actually strong by normal standards. Top tier among regular players. Against me? Adorable. Water shield blocked everything. The thorn vine's flower buds opened simultaneously and unleashed a barrage of seed bullets. Green projectiles ripping through the air like machine gun fire, punching clean holes through anyone they hit. 15 seconds. 3 dead. Easier than killing sea beasts. My plant did most of the work. I barely had to move. Mercy? For pirates who attack on sight? In a lawless ocean world? Please. These guys had the practiced movements of professional robbers. This wasn't their first time. It was just their last. I looted their bodies. Crystals, materials, blueprints, standard stuff. But then I found something special. Teleportation stone. Records coordinates. Warps you there on use. Excuse me? Fast travel exists in this world. I pocketed that so fast my hand broke the sound barrier. Then I went to check their boats and heard something. A tiny sound from a corner. I pulled back some rags. For people. 2 women, 1 man, 1 unconscious woman. Skin and bones. Torn clothes. Rope burns on their wrists. They were slaves. They captured us after our boats were destroyed. Made us carry things, cook, clean. Barely fed us. Beat us if we slowed down. I stood there for a few seconds. Quiet. Processing. These people had lost everything. No boat means no survival in this world. They were dead the moment their rafts broke, and these pirates gave them a choice between slavery and drowning. I had a different offer. You're staying on my ship. You'll work, farming, cooking, cleaning, feeding the animals. In exchange, you eat, you sleep safe, you live. The woman started crying. You'd really take us in? Yes. But I'll be honest up front. Do your jobs, don't cause problems. We good? For heads nodding so fast they almost fell off. I carried the unconscious woman onto Xuanwu and put her in the cabin. Fed everyone. They ate like they hadn't seen food in days, because they probably hadn't. Even the unconscious one woke up and started inhaling bread. Then I pulled out the contract scrolls from the silver chest. Binding contracts. Once signed, they literally can't betray me. Sign these. They didn't even read the terms. Just signed. Instantly. When your alternative is drown in the ocean, the fine print doesn't matter much. For employees. Finally. No more doing everything myself. No more being the farmer, chef, janitor, warrior, fisherman, and CEO simultaneously. I have staff now. Lin Bei Incorporated just went from sole proprietorship to actual company. I looted the dead pirates' crystals. Over 100 F rank, a dozen E rank, 2 D rank. Absorbed everything. The energy counter climbed. And climbed. And kept climbing. 2062. Xuanwu needs 2000 for level 4. I have enough. With 62 points to spare. I walked to the center of the shell. Cracked my knuckles. Took a breath. Xuanwu, get ready. But before I hit the button, I paused. Last time he went from 50 to 200 square meters. If the pattern holds, this next upgrade is going to be massive. I need to plan ahead, because whatever comes next, the layout of my turtle city is about to change dramatically. Deep breath. Let's build something incredible. I patted Xuanwu's head. Ready, buddy. He let out a roar so loud it created ripples across the ocean. Inside the cabin, my 4 new employees nearly had simultaneous heart attacks. I popped my head in. It's gonna get bumpy. Stay inside. Don't panic. They huddled together like kittens during a thunderstorm. Fair enough. Xuanwu. Level up. The shell didn't just shake this time. It had a full-blown earthquake, the most violent upgrade yet. The entire ocean was trembling like even IT was scared of what was happening. 300 square meters. 500. 700. 900. Blue, yellow, and green light exploding from every crack in the shell like a disco ball designed by God. The expansion lasted 10 minutes. Previous upgrades took seconds. This one needed a commercial break. When the light finally died down, I looked around at my new kingdom. 999 square meters. 1 square meter short of 1,000. The system is trolling me. But still, that's basically a quarter acre. An elliptical platform the size of a small park. My turtle is now officially larger than most people's houses, yards, and driveways combined. My 4 employees stumbled outside, took one look, and their brains blue-screened. How? How is this a vehicle? Is this legal? I smiled. I'm Lin Bei. Their eyes went so wide I thought they'd fall out. The Lin Bei? Leaderboard number 1 Lin Bei. The moment they realized they'd accidentally pledged eternal loyalty to the most famous player in the village, the fear in their eyes was replaced by something else. Relief. They'd been enslaved by pirates and rescued by a celebrity. Their luck went from rock bottom to jackpot in one afternoon. You'll live here. Work hard. Don't cause trouble, and I'll take care of you. The girls especially looked like they might cry again. After 2 days of being beaten and starved by pirates, living on a 1,000 square meter floating fortress with unlimited food and water probably felt like heaven. New stats dropped. Xuanwu, Mystic Vault Giant Turtle. Level 4. Shell Defense, massively upgraded. Earth Powers, massively upgraded. Food Cost, energy points times 500 daily or equivalent high-grade meat. Next upgrade, 10,000 energy points. 10,000. I stared at that number, and my soul left my body for a second. That's a lot. My entire stockpile journey from 0 to 2,000 felt like climbing Everest, and now the system casually says, do that 5 more times. The grind just went from challenging to career. New feature unlocked. Sea chart. Shows nearby geography, islands, and monster zones. Basically Google Maps for the Apocalypse Ocean. Haven't opened it yet. Too busy. Server announcement. Obviously. Lin Bei. First to level 4. Reward. 5 silver treasure chests. 5. Not 1. 5. The system is finally paying me what I'm worth. The chat had its regularly scheduled meltdown. 4. We're still working on 3. This man is playing a different game. Someone said he was washed up yesterday. Lin Bei is literally God. Apparently the other top players were stuck. They had all the materials for level 4 except one thing. A primary energy engine that nobody knew how to get. They thought I'd be stuck too. They thought we'd be on even ground. Surprise. I didn't even open the chests. No time. I had construction to do. See, 1,000 square meters of empty turtle shell is just wasted potential. This needed urban planning. Xuanwu. Start absorbing everything from that island. All of it. Xuanwu's level 4 earth control was on another level entirely. Sand, rock, soil, even trees, ripped off the island by invisible force, flying through the air, landing on the shell. The entire island was being eaten by my turtle. Consumed. Absorbed. Deleted from existence. I started giving orders like a city planner on caffeine. Tail section. Build me a hill. 10 meters tall. 3 tiers. That's my personal residence. Rocks and soil stacked themselves. A small mountain rose from the turtle's back. 3 platforms, each one a terrace. My living quarters. Penthouse suite, Turtle Edition. Center, 300 square meters of farmland. Reorganize all crops around the light-winged tree. Plants uprooted themselves and replanted in perfect rows. The entire farm relocated and expanded in minutes. Agricultural infrastructure, handled by telekinesis. Move the crystal fish pond to the first terrace. The fish pool floated up and settled on the first platform. Crystal Fish did a happy lap in her new elevated home. Penthouse pool. She's living better than most humans at this point. Front section. Build 10 houses. 15 square meters each. 1-room apartments for my people. Stone walls rose. Roofs slid into place. 10 little homes. Neat rows. Instant neighborhood. My employees now have their own housing. Benefits package at Lin Bei Inc. Just keeps getting better. Public bathroom. I will not have my city smelling like a fish market. One person living alone? Whatever. Multiple residents? Sanitation matters. I'm building civilization here, and civilization has plumbing. A small bathroom structure appeared in the corner with private stalls. Not fancy, but functional. Building codes, enforced. Finally, surround everything with a 2-meter wall, stone flue. A proper city wall rose around the entire perimeter of the shell. 2 meters tall, solid stone, circling all 999 square meters. The thorn vine tried its best to cover the new walls. It stretched, climbed, reached, and covered maybe 1/10 of the perimeter before running out of vine. I could feel its despair through our bond. This poor plant was having an existential crisis trying to wrap around a space 5 times larger than before. I sent it a mental hug. Don't worry, little guy. We'll upgrade you soon. It perked up slightly. Emotionally fragile houseplant. I love it. When the last stone settled, I turned around. The island behind us was gone. Completely. Nothing but flat ocean where land used to be. Every grain of sand, every pebble, every tree, absorbed into Xuanwu City. I stood on top of my 10-meter hill, surveying everything below. Residential district. Agricultural zone. Fish pond. Defense towers. Workshop area. A mountain I live on. My 4 employees were standing at the base of the hill, mouths open, speechless. One of them whispered, "He's not building a boat. He's building a country." Yeah, I am. Xuanwu City got a full renovation and I became a landlord, urban planner, and plumber all in one afternoon. First things first, that 1,000-square-meter shell was just a blank canvas. Sure, other players would sell their kidneys for this much space, but honestly, some rich people's apartments are this big. I'm not building a kingdom yet. I'm building a starter kingdom. Version 1.0. The beta test of my empire. I sent my new employees to rest and got to work. Xuanwu. Transplant some trees to the first terrace. Make it pretty. Trees ripped out of the ground and floated gently onto the first platform like nature's interior decorating service. Instant landscaping. My turtle has curb appeal now. 3rd floor, my penthouse. I used earth control to build myself a proper 2-bedroom apartment. Living room, kitchen, bathroom, the works. Stone walls, stone roof, windows with actual ventilation and natural light. Is it rough? Yes. Is it a cave with pretensions? Maybe. But it's my cave and it has cross ventilation. 2nd floor became a giant warehouse. 50 square meters. I moved everything there. Workbench, furnace, grills, storage chests. My industrial zone, centralized and organized. Marie Kondo would be proud. Everything sparks joy when it produces crystals. Then I tackled the real engineering challenge. Plumbing. I moved Crystal Fish's pool to the top of the hill. 10 square meters, 1 meter deep, right above my house. She's now the water tower. Gravity does the rest. I carved hollow stone pipes. Yes, I made pipes out of rocks using telekinesis and ran them everywhere. 1 pipe to my bathroom and kitchen, 1 to the warehouse, 1 down to the farm's reservoir. From the farm reservoir, a water channel runs along all the crop rows and continues to the residential area, ending at a well. My 4 employees now have running water delivered by gravity from a fish pond on top of a hill on the back of a swimming turtle. I am the greatest plumber who has ever lived. Mario can retire. Evening came. Time for the meet and greet. I lined up my 3 conscious employees. The 4th was still recovering. Introductions. Go. Ponytail girl. Chun Xiaoha. Used to work in a restaurant kitchen. I can cook. You're hired. Permanently. Never leave. Short hair girl. Zhou Xiaomian. Worked at a clothing factory. I can sew. Excellent. We'll need clothes eventually. And honestly, everyone on this turtle is wearing rags. Big guy. Lu Dazhuang. Not educated. But I'm strong. I'll do whatever dirty work you need. Perfect. Every city needs muscle. I handed out assignments like a CEO on the first day. Xiaoha. 3 meals a day. Breakfast at 7, lunch at 12, dinner at 6. I provide ingredients. Xiaomian. Miscellaneous work. Watering crops, organizing storage, collecting resources. Make clothes when we have materials. Dazhuang. Heavy labor. Carry things. Build things. Hit things if necessary. Then I laid down the rules. Living area, your zone. Free access. Farming area, go when assigned. My hill, the command center. OFF limits unless I call you. Water, unlimited but don't waste it. Bathwater gets collected and reused for crops. Work hours, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. After that, you're free. When I mentioned showers, their eyes lit up like children seeing Christmas lights. These people hadn't bathed in days. The concept of unlimited water in this world is like telling someone in a desert that it rains diamonds. Xiaohua practically teleported into the kitchen. 20 minutes later, grilled meat, wild vegetable soup, blood rice. The smell alone was worth rescuing these people. I took one bite and nearly cried. She cooks better than me. My food was good ingredients, mediocre technique. Her food was good ingredients plus actual skill. The meat was seasoned properly. The soup had depth. The rice was fluffy. This woman is a treasure. I would fight the entire ocean to protect this kitchen. Not bad, I said, keeping my cool. You're on permanent cooking duty. I'll be eating here too. Inside, I was doing cartwheels. Xiaomian teared up mid-bite. I haven't had a full meal in days. Dazhuang, mouth full of rice, mumbled. Boss, my life is yours now. These people went from enslaved and starving to housed, fed, and employed in one afternoon. Their loyalty wasn't bought with contracts. Those were just insurance. It was bought with dinner. After eating, I headed back up the hill. Moonlight on the city. Light-winged tree glowing gold. Thorn vine swaying on the walls. Crystal fish bubbling in her penthouse pool. 10 little houses in the residential district. Farmland stretching across the middle. It looked like a city. A tiny, weird, turtle-mounted city, but a real one. With residents. And plumbing. And a dinner schedule. Oh, I also had Dazhuang try binding one of the dead pirates' abandoned boats. Nope. Wouldn't work. The system wouldn't let someone bind a second vehicle. Which made me think, how did I bind Xuan Wu in the first place? My original raft broke, and the system let me bind a turtle as a replacement. That's not supposed to happen. Was it Xuan Wu who was special? Or was it me? No answers. Just questions. Filed under, mysteries I'll solve when I'm not busy running a city. I lay down on my stone bed in my stone penthouse on top of my stone hill on top of my giant turtle. Below me, farmland, employees, defenses, infrastructure. Beside me, 5 unopened silver treasure chests. I rubbed my hands together like a cartoon villain. 5 silver chests. All mine. Whatever's inside. Tomorrow is going to be a very good day. I showered, changed clothes, washed my hands, sat down at my stone desk like a man about to perform surgery. 5 silver treasure chests in a row. This required ceremony. Chest 1, primary energy engine blueprint. Plus 50 iron bars, 30 copper bars, 10 precision parts. Chest 2, another primary energy engine blueprint. Plus 10 D-rank crystals, 20 iron plates, 500 wood. Chest 3, a third primary energy engine blueprint. Plus 50 E-rank crystals, 20 high-grade soil, 5 random seed packs. I had to stop and count on my fingers. 3 copies of the single most sought-after item in the entire village. The thing every top player was desperately searching for. The one component holding back everyone from reaching level 4. And I just pulled 3 of them out of boxes like party favors. Chests 4 and 5 gave me mountains of iron, copper, glass, stone, D-rank crystals, precision parts, and a fine-quality spear blueprint. Nice, but honestly, after 3 engine blueprints, everything else felt like the fries next to the steak. Now, the real game. I don't need 3 engine blueprints. I need 1. The other 2? Those are worth more than gold. Those are the keys that unlock the gate every top player is banging their fists against. Time to become an auctioneer. I opened the leaderboard. Skip number 2, Ocean Drifter. That guy wants to ROB me. He gets nothing. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. I hope he chokes on his iron bars. I message numbers 3 through 5. I have primary energy engine blueprints. Bring your best offer. 10 seconds later, my inbox exploded like I'd announced free money. Lin Mo, rank 3, you have the blueprint? How much? I leaned back. Typed slowly. You tell me. Then I did the most powerful thing a seller can do. I stopped replying. Just silence. Let them marinate. Let the anxiety build. Let them imagine someone else getting the blueprint first. Psychological Warfare, Marketplace Edition. Lin Mo's first offer. 20 D-rank crystals, 100 E-rank crystals, 20 seed packs, 200 iron bars, 100 copper bars, 50 precision parts. I didn't respond. Chong Feng, rank 4, 15 D-rank crystals, 80 E-rank, a fine quality spear blueprint, 50 iron plates. Didn't respond. Bei Ming, Rank 5 18 D rank crystals, 90 E rank, a high-grade furnace blueprint, a random skill book. Didn't respond. The longer I stayed silent, the higher the bids climbed. It was like watching an auction where nobody can see each other's bids and everyone is panicking. Lin Mo came back, adding 10 more D rank and 50 more E rank. Changfeng, adding 10 D rank and a fine armor blueprint. Bei Ming, adding a guild contract scroll. I was sitting on my stone chair, sipping water, watching grown men empty their vaults for me. This is what it feels like to be a monopoly. This is what it feels like to hold the only key. Then someone leaked it to chat. Lin Bei is selling engine blueprints. The top players are going crazy. The chat erupted. The engine blueprint? Lin Mo is emptying his entire guild warehouse. Lin Bei controls the economy. The gap between first and second place isn't a gap, it's a canyon. While the big boys were sweating, a familiar name popped up. Little Orange. Do you have a blueprint left for me? Maybe. What do you have? She sent me 3 items that made my eyes pop out of my skull. A D-rank mind pet egg. Hatches into a telepathic pet that shares vision with its owner. Basically a drone I can see through. A fine-grade furnace blueprint. Smelts higher-tier materials, 50% more efficient. A fine-grade kitchen blueprint. Makes food with better stat bonuses. This girl's inventory is like a dragon's hoard, but curated by someone with a food addiction. She has the best stuff, and she trades it all for snacks. 1 blueprint for all 3. Deal. Fastest negotiation of my life. She didn't even counteroffer. She probably would have added more if I'd asked. This girl values delicious food above strategic military assets. I respect it, and I will exploit it forever. Final bids from the big players. Lin Mo, 40 D-rank crystals, 200 E-rank, 50 seed packs. Changfeng, 35 D-rank, 140 E-rank, 2 fine-grade blueprints, 80 iron plates. I sold 1 to each. Sorry, Bei Ming. You were third. Life is cruel. Next time, consider me first, he begged. Sure thing, buddy. You're on the priority list. Gotta keep the whales happy. Then Ocean Drifter messaged me. Sell me 1. Name your price. I stared at his message for 3 seconds. No. You sure? Positive. You'll regret this. I closed the chat. Regret? Me? The guy with 5,000 energy points, a 1,000 square meter fortress, a telepathic pet egg, and 3 fine-grade blueprints? The guy who just made every top player in the village empty their savings accounts into MY Pocket? You threatened to rob me, Ocean Drifter. You sent scouts to track me. You told your little gang I was the target, and now you come asking to buy from me? The audacity is almost impressive. If I ever find your coordinates, I'm visiting. And I'm bringing Xuanwu, the Thorn Vine, the Energy Tower, and a very bad attitude. I absorbed every crystal from every trade. D-rank, E-rank, all of it. The energy counter went berserk. Energy, 5,321. Halfway to Xuanwu's next upgrade at 10,000. In 1 trading session. This is what happens when you're the only store in town selling what everyone needs. I was about to start hatching the pet egg when I suddenly remembered something. The SEA chart. Level 4 reward. Shows nearby islands, terrain, monster zones. I'd completely forgotten about it because I was too busy being a merchant tycoon. I pulled it out, held it in my hands, and activated it. Time to see what this ocean is really hiding. The sea chart was everything I hoped for. A 5-kilometer radar showing islands, treasure chests, and even other players. Little dots on a transparent map, color-coded like a video game mini-map. 2 chest icons nearby, 1 black, 1 yellow. After days of squinting at the horizon like a confused pirate, I now have Google Maps. I closed the chart and went on a crafting SBRE. Fine-grade spear, built. Silver gray, lightweight, sharp enough to split atoms. My old fishman trident just got demoted to decorative wall piece. This new spear one-shots E-rank beasts and makes D-ranks look nervous. Fine-grade kitchen, built. Right next to my penthouse. Stone walls, proper stove, chimney, storage cabinets. Xiaohe is going to lose her mind when she sees this. We went from campfire cooking to actual restaurant kitchen in 1 evening. Fine-grade furnace, built. Replace the old one. Bigger, hotter, more slots. And it can produce iron plates and precision parts. Exactly what I'll need for future upgrades. My industrial capacity just doubled while everyone else is still using the equivalent of a backyard forge. Pet egg? Started incubating. 12 hours. Tomorrow morning, I get a telepathic animal that can share its vision with me. Basically, a living security camera I can see through. The possibilities are making my head spin. Night fell. I checked the sea chart, glowing dots everywhere. More sea beasts than yesterday, and stronger. Multiple E-ranks just casually swimming around. I grabbed my new spear and jumped off the wall. One thrust per E-rank. Dead. The fine-grade spear cut through them like they were made of paper. D-ranks lasted a few exchanges, but nothing scary. My defense buildings and Thornvine handled everything that tried to sneak up from other angles. Crystals flowing in. Murder session until midnight. Then came the spending SPRE. First, the Thornvine. Level 3 was covering 1/3 of my walls. The rest was just naked stone. Embarrassing. Like wearing a bulletproof vest that only covers one arm. 800 energy points. Level 4. The vine went nuclear. Green tendrils erupting in every direction, covering the entire city wall in seconds. Thicker thorns, more flower buds, every inch protected. The system said it can now repel D-rank beasts with seed bullets. My plant just became stronger than most people's weapons. My garden wall shoots things harder than their best equipment. Then crystal fish. Level 2 was producing 1,000 liters daily. Not enough anymore. More people, more crops, more demand. 300 points. Level 3. 5,000 liters. Still not enough. 1,000 more points. Level 4. The fish grew to 2 meters. She barely fit in her pool anymore. My pet fish is now the size of a small kayak. 20,000 liters per day. 20 tons of water. I could fill a swimming pool. Every day, I have more fresh water than a small town. And the contract feedback gave me a new ability. Water creation. I can generate 50 liters of clean water from nothing. Just summon it into my hand. I'm a walking water fountain. I will never be thirsty again, even if I'm stranded naked on a desert island. Finally, Lightwing Tree. Level 1 covered 10 meters. My city is 1,000 square meters. That's like having Wi-Fi that only works in the bathroom. 300 points. Level 2. 15 meters. 500 points. Level 3. 22 meters. 1,000 points. Level 4. The tree erupted with golden light. The trunk turned from white to pale gold. The canopy expanded to 30 meters in every direction. The tree was now 20 meters tall, a golden skyscraper in the middle of my turtle city. You could probably see it from 5 kilometers away. But the real upgrade? Growth Domain now covers the entire city. Every crop on Xuanwu's back sits inside the bonus zone. Plus the domain now controls temperature. No more hot days, no more cold nights. My entire city has air conditioning powered by a tree. Crop growth speed. Farming Master 120% light wing tree, 100% soil, bonus 20% equals 240% total bonus. Plants that take 5 days normally? I harvest them in about 1.5 days. I'm not farming. I'm speedrunning botany. And the fruits upgraded too. D-rank light fruits now. Harvestable every 2 days instead of 3. I checked my stats after all the contract feedback stacked up. Constitution, 101.3. Speed, 100.1. Strength, 101.1. I broke 100. In every stat. I'm literally superhuman in triplicate. I could probably punch through a wall, outrun a car, and survive being hit by one. All at the same time. Energy dropped from 5,321 to 1,421. Almost 4,000 points in one evening. My wallet is crying. But my city is glowing. Literally. Lightwing Tree was so bright the entire city was bathed in warm golden light. Xiaohe poked her head out of her house, looking confused. Everything okay, boss? Fine. Just upgrades. Go back to sleep. I heard them whispering as they went inside. He really is incredible. Stop peeking. We have work tomorrow. Yeah. I climbed up to my penthouse, lay down on my stone bed. Golden light streaming through the window like permanent sunrise. Warm. Comfortable. Safe. Tomorrow, harvest time. E-rank crops mutating under a 240% growth boost with a 40% mutation chance. I don't even know what's going to come out of that soil. But I know it's going to be spectacular. I closed my eyes, smiled, and fell asleep like a man who owns a glowing golden tree, a 2-meter fish, a city-sized turtle, and a vine that shoots bullets. Day 5 of the apocalypse. I think I'm winning. Morning. Woke up holding a guild contract scroll like it was a winning lottery ticket. Thought about starting my own organization. Then thought about it more. Running a guild means dealing with people. Meetings. Drama. Politics. Someone inevitably starts a group chat and nobody shuts up. Nah. Pocketed it. Maybe later. First stop. Lightwing Tree. 30 D-rank light fruits hanging from the branches like golden Christmas ornaments. A fortune in stat-boosting produce, freshly grown overnight. My tree is a money printer that runs on sunlight and water. Walked down to the residential district at 6:30 a.m. The kitchen was already operational. Xiaohe had meat porridge bubbling and meat cake sizzling. Xiaomian was setting the table. Dazhuang was standing there like a golden retriever waiting for dinner. Helpful in spirit, mostly just present. And the fourth member of my crew, Su Xiaowan, was finally awake. The girl who'd been unconscious since I rescued her was sitting at the table, still pale but alive. We'd technically signed a loyalty contract while she was half dead, so this was technically our first real conversation. "Thank you for saving me," she said quietly. "Eat first, talk later. I'm a man of priorities, and priority one is always food." Then I pulled out 4 light fruits and dropped them on the table like candy. Dessert, they bit into them. Then the system notifications hit. Xiaowan, my constitution went from 1.2 to 2.9. Xiaomian, I gained 1.5. Dazhuang, I'm at 4.1 now. Xiao's eyes got watery. I haven't gained a stat point in days. These people went from starving slaves to stat-boosted employees in 24 hours. If loyalty had a meter, there's just hit maximum. I could practically see the one loyalty notifications floating over their heads like a video game. Work hard, and there's more where that came from. For heads nodding so fast they looked like bobbleheads. After breakfast, I assigned everyone their permanent roles. Xiaohe got promoted, moved her from the basic kitchen down in residential to my fine-grade kitchen up on the hill. The one with the proper stove, real counter space, and actual equipment. Her eyes went wide like I'd just handed her the keys to a Ferrari. "You'll cook all meals up there. What we eat, we eat. What's left over, I sell." She practically ran up the hill. Xiaomian and Xiaowan got farming patrol. Weeding, monitoring crops, keeping the fields tidy. 300 square meters of agriculture doesn't maintain itself. Dazhuang, resource transport. Auto collector fills up, he hauls it to storage. Simple job for a simple man. He thumped his chest like a gorilla accepting a mission. On it, boss. I demonstrated the morning farm routine. Raised my hands. Activated plant control. Seeds flew out of my palms and planted themselves in perfect rows. Then water control. A massive sphere of water floated up, exploded into fine mist, and rained down evenly on every plant. Seeding and watering the entire 300 square meter farm in under a minute. No tools. No labor. Just wizard hands. My 4 employees stood there with their jaws on the floor. Xiaohe whispered, "That's incredible," then added, with a tiny smile, "You should have seen yesterday, though. Pride." She was showing pride in Xuanwu City. My employee is becoming a citizen. My heart grew 3 sizes. The weather was getting hotter. 30-something degrees, humid, no wind. The ocean felt like a sauna. I'm starting to suspect the next system challenge involves temperature. Heat wave? Drought? Climate apocalypse on top of the monster apocalypse? Doesn't matter. Lightwing Tree keeps the entire city at a perfect constant temperature. Everyone outside my walls is sweating. Everyone inside is living in eternal spring. Climate control through botany. A flash of light from the fields. Harvest time. Golden wheat, green vegetables, fire chilies, all ripe at once. Beautiful golden stalks, crispy green leaves, peppers so red they looked angry. Standard crops were F or E rank. Nice but unremarkable. The mutations, though. 5D rank golden wheat, 3D rank green vegetables, 4D rank fire chilies, and one crop that was different from everything else. A vegetable so dark green it looked like carved jade, with leaves that literally glowed. C rank jade vegetable. Major speed boost. C rank. My first C rank crop ever. My farming master talent is evolving alongside everything else. Higher mutation rates, higher mutation tiers. At this rate, I'll be growing B rank produce by next week. I cradled that C rank vegetable like a newborn baby. This one is mine. Lunch. Nobody else touches it. Grabbed all the ingredients and headed to the fine kitchen. Xiaohe. Golden wheat bread. Stir-fried greens. Chili meat. She looked at the ingredients and her chef instincts went haywire. These are incredible. The quality. The energy. I can feel them. Can you handle it? Watch me. She attacked the kitchen like a woman possessed. Kneading dough, chopping vegetables, wok tossing with one hand, adjusting flame with the other. Professional speed, professional technique, zero wasted motion. I leaned against the doorframe, impressed. This wasn't restaurant helper cooking. This was master chef level work. Something wasn't adding up. Xiaohe, what was your talent before? She didn't even look up from the wok. A rank. Kitchen king. I blinked. A rank. Kitchen king talent. I accidentally rescued a top-tier chef. A woman with an A-rank cooking talent was being used as a slave by pirates who made her wash laundry. That's like using a Lamborghini to deliver newspapers. She lost her player status when her boat was destroyed, so the talent is technically gone. But the skills are still there. The hands remember. The instincts are permanent. The oil sizzled. Chili and meat hit the wok, and the smell, oh the smell, filled the entire city like an aroma bomb. I could hear Dazhuang down in residential sniffing the air like a bloodhound. I stood in my kitchen doorway, watching my A-rank chef cook D-rank ingredients in a fine-grade kitchen on top of a golden-lit hill on the back of a 1,000-square-meter turtle. My restaurant just went from good ingredients, mediocre cook, to premium ingredients, elite cook, Lin Bei's Ocean Dining. Now with an actual chef. Reservations recommended. Payment in crystals only. The C-rank jade vegetable was too precious to sell. There was only one. I handed it to Xiaohe with 2 words. Cook it. Her hands were trembling. This woman has an A-rank cooking talent, and even SHE was nervous handling C-rank ingredients. When that vegetable hit the hot oil, the smell didn't just fill the kitchen. It conquered the entire city. People 3 floors down were sniffing the air like cartoon characters floating toward a pie. The dish came out perfect. Jade green, glistening with oil, steaming on a white plate. I sat down at my stone table on the 3rd floor, alone. Starting today, I eat separately from my crew. Not because I'm a jerk. Because management. You can be kind, but you can't be buddies. The moment your employees think of you as that guy I eat lunch with, instead of the boss, you've lost something you can't get back. They ate F-rank meals downstairs. Still amazing by apocalypse standards. Meat, vegetables, stat boosts. They were thrilled. This is the best food in the entire village. My stats went up. Why would anyone complain about this life? Meanwhile, I bit into the C-rank vegetable and my entire body hummed. Speed 1.2. At over 100 points, getting any increase is like squeezing juice from a rock. And this one dish gave me 1.2. C-rank produce is on a completely different level. Then I did something evil. I took a photo of my plate and sent it to Little Orange. Somewhere on the ocean, a girl sitting on a tiny sailboat chewing a rock-hard biscuit opened her messages and saw a gourmet plate of glowing green stir-fry. What is that? C-rank vegetable. Stir-fried. I could practically hear her drooling through the chat. Her dried biscuit suddenly tasted like cardboard mixed with betrayal. But because I'm not a complete monster, I sent her a portion. She ate it on her boat deck and nearly started crying. Lin Bei, you're too good to me. Then her brain apparently went somewhere weird because she got all flustered and typed. Wait, why is he being so nice? Does he? No, I won't be bought. I'm an independent woman. Girl, I sent you vegetables. Calm down. I reminded her not to tell anyone about her luck talent. She got huffy. I would never. You literally told me in 5 minutes. That's because I can sense you're a good person. That's a talent, sort of. I've always had it. Great. She has luck manipulation and a built-in lie detector. This girl really is a protagonist from a different genre. She wandered into my survival story from a romance novel, and nobody told her. Right in the middle of our chat, my pet egg cracked. Golden light blasted out, lit up the entire 3rd floor. Shell pieces everywhere. And out popped a monkey. Brown fur, glossy and smooth. Huge bright eyes full of intelligence. Half a meter tall. But those eyes, those weren't animal eyes. Those were, I understand exactly what's happening eyes. Celestial eye spirit monkey. D-rank. I contracted it immediately. The contract didn't make it bigger. It made it smarter. The monkey's eyes changed. Deeper, more penetrating, like it could see through walls. Through lies. Through people. Ability. Celestial eye. Can read hearts. sense good and evil intentions, detect emotional fluctuations. And the feedback ability I got? Same thing. I can now sense what people are feeling. Good intentions, bad intentions, lies, fear, gratitude. All of it. Clear as reading a book. I looked at the monkey. Curiosity. Excitement. A mischievous urge to test boundaries. I looked down toward Xiaohe in the residential area. Gratitude. Contentment. And underneath it all, a deep, quiet sense of safety she hadn't felt in days. This ability isn't a weapon. It's better. It's the ultimate leadership tool. I can now tell if someone is lying to my face, if a traitor is scamming me, if a new recruit is secretly planning to stab me in the back. In a lawless ocean world, reading people is worth more than any sword. The monkey jumped onto my shoulder and nuzzled my cheek with its fuzzy head, made little chirping sounds that I could somehow understand. Master, your name is Wukong. Wukong tilted his head, then jumped down. I handed him my fine-grade spear just to see what would happen. He grabbed it with both paws and started doing martial arts. Thrust, sweep, spin, slash, fluid, precise, natural. Monkeys are born with staff weapons in their DNA apparently. Sun Wukong energy. Living up to the name. I snapped a photo and sent it to Little Orange. New pet. From your egg. So cute. He's amazing. Regret trading it. Yes. Give him back. No refunds. Listed the day's produce on the trade board. D-rank crops, light fruits, grilled meat, water, crystals flooding in. The economy was booming. Players were getting richer, spending more, wanting better products. My monopoly on stat-boosting food was printing money faster than I could count it. Then Ocean Drifter decided to run his mouth in public chat. Lin Bei is nothing. I upgraded without him. He's just lucky. He posted a screenshot of his level 4 ship. 200 square meters. Engine-powered. 2-story cabin. Electrical system. The chat split. Some people were impressed. Some pointed out that I reached level 4 first. Others started arguing about who's better. Ocean Drifter kept going. Lin Bei, say something. Scared? When I find your coordinates, you're first on my list. I read every message. Then I closed the chat. Wukong chirped on my shoulder, sensing my mood. Not yet, I said quietly. Let him bark. Here's the thing about threats. Talking is what you do when you can't act. The day I find Ocean Drifter's coordinates, there won't be any talking. There'll just be a very confused pirate wondering why a 1,000-square-meter turtle wrapped in weaponized vines is parked on top of his boat, and a monkey with a spear. For the first time since arriving in this world, I had a quiet day. And honestly, it was kind of unsettling. Like when your phone stops buzzing and you think it's broken. I checked out my fancy furnace's crafting menu. Iron plates and precision parts. The two resources that every top player would sell their grandmother for. I can now manufacture the things everyone is desperately searching for. My furnace doesn't just smelt metal anymore. It prints money. While I was planning my next business move, Wukong tugged my hair. Yeah, I see them. See beasts approaching. 15 F ranks and 5 E ranks. A decent-sized assault party. I was about to jump down and handle it when a brown blur shot past me. Wukong grabbed the fine-grade spear, launched himself off the city wall like a furry missile, and went absolutely berserk. First F rank got slapped into the ocean with one swing. Second got skewered. The E ranks tried to surround him, and he danced through them like a tiny hairy ballerina of death. Thrust, spin, sweep. 5 minutes, all dead. He hopped back onto the wall, propped the spear on his shoulder like an action hero, and grinned at me. Show off. I now have a bodyguard. A monkey bodyguard who kills sea beasts for fun and brings me the loot. I don't even have to stand up anymore. My combat role has been reduced to spectator. I went back to business. Listed products. Watched crystals pour in. Standard day at Lin Bei's Ocean Marketplace. The temperature kept climbing though. People in chat were melting. It's almost 40 degrees. My wooden raft has zero shade. I'm running out of water just from sweating. Sweating players need water. I have a 2-meter fish producing 20,000 liters a day. So I did what any reasonable water baron would do. I slashed prices. Again. 3 portions, 1,500 milliliters total, for 1 crystal. The regular players cheered. The water scalpers? I could hear their business model shattering from across the ocean. One guy was probably screaming into his raft. 3 for 1. How do I compete with that? You don't. That's the point. I'm not selling water to get rich. I'm selling water to get crystals, and every person who survives because of cheap water is a future customer for my premium products. This is volume business. Costco of the apocalypse. The rest of the day was peaceful. Deaths were slowing down. People were adapting, building defenses, upgrading weapons, learning the rhythm of sea beast attacks. The village was stabilizing. Fewer panic posts, more strategy discussions. Humanity was figuring it out. My farming operation was now a well-oiled machine. With all the growth bonuses stacked, Lightwing Tree 200%, Farming Master Talent 120%, Soil Bonus 20%. I had a total of 340% growth acceleration. Regular 5-day crops? Done in 1 day. E-rank 10-day crops? 2 days. Even D-rank 15-day crops only took 3. I was harvesting daily. Multiple crop cycles running simultaneously. New seeds going in every morning, produce coming out every evening. My farm was a conveyor belt of stat-boosting food. The meat mushrooms finally poked through the soil too. 1 more day, and I'd have a plant that grows meat. Feeding Xuanwu through agriculture instead of hunting. The dream is almost real. The chat noticed something unusual. No server announcement for me today. Where's Lin Bei's daily headline? Is he slacking? He's probably tired. Give the man a break. I feel weird without a Lin Bei announcement. Like something's missing from my day. I've become a daily newspaper. People check for my announcements the way normal humans check the weather. Any Lin Bei news today? No. Weird. Something must be wrong. Nothing was wrong. I just didn't do anything announcement-worthy. Even gods take Sundays off. Next morning. Dawn. Stretching. Another beautiful day on my 1,000-square-meter turtle CIT. Wukong started screaming. I rushed to the wall. 3 D-rank sea beasts. Simultaneously. Huge ones. Bigger than anything I'd seen in previous waves. This was day 3 of the new phase. Day 3. And we're already getting triple D-rank attacks? Quick math. If difficulty keeps scaling like this, C-rank beasts show up in 2 days. B-rank maybe a week after that. The system isn't just testing us. It's accelerating the difficulty curve. Survival of the fittest on a schedule. I wasn't worried about myself. My stats are over 100. I could arm wrestle a C-rank beast and win. Probably. But the regular players? The ones barely holding on with level 2 boats and basic arrow towers? E-rank beasts are already pushing their limits. D-ranks would destroy them. And C-ranks? Forget it. These people are my economy. Every player who dies is a crystal that stops circulating, a customer who stops buying, a seed trader who stops selling. The survival rate of this village is directly tied to my profit margins. Wukong didn't wait for my philosophical moment to finish. He was already fighting the first D-rank, trading blows evenly. I jumped down, water-bladed the second one in half, and yelled at Wukong to wrap it up. 3 D-ranks, 30 seconds, done. But standing on the wall afterward, staring at the ocean, I couldn't shake a thought. The system is pushing everyone toward a cliff. Getting harder, faster, meaner. Why? To force the weak out? To make us group up? To see who breaks first? For days until the next phase. Whatever's coming, it's going to be worse. I messaged Little Orange to check on her progress. She needed D-rank crystals for her level 4 upgrade and wasn't getting them because, and I cannot stress this enough, she doesn't fight things. This girl has been surviving the Apocalypse Ocean almost entirely by opening treasure chests. She's playing a loot box game while everyone else is playing Dark Souls. Sea beasts apparently barely even attack her. Whether that's her luck talent passively bending reality or just cosmic favoritism, I don't know. But she's basically the world's most pacifist survivor. She mentioned she had a guild contract scroll. Want to build a guild together? I have one too, but being alone is boring. I've been sitting on my own contract scroll for days, going back and forth. Do I want to deal with people, organization, management, politics? But you know what? The world is getting harder. Solo play has limits. And I already have employees who need structure. I pulled out my scroll. Named the guild. Xuanwu City. Done. No ceremony. No speech. Just type the name and press confirm. Guild level 1, 300 storage slots, private chat channel, room for 20 members. First invite, Little Orange. Member 001. Then I had a wild thought. My 4 contract-bound employees. Can they join? I typed their names into the invite system. They appeared on the list. They're eligible. I hit invite on all 4. What happened next nearly broke them. System panels appeared in front of each of them. Not the full survival system. They'd lost that when their boats were destroyed. But partial panels, guild interface, personal stats, and their talent slots. Lit back up. Xiao has stared at her screen, eyes going red. My talent is back.